Hello, welcome to Drop Frames. It's Sunday. We got DansGaming. Dan Esquire Gaming. How's it going, man?
Going great. How are you guys doing? Haven't seen you guys in a while.
It's been a hot minute since I don't know the last time you were on. It was
I
sometime
think it was
last year. But
Sometime last year, yeah.
I don't know what was going on or what was happening or what came out, but
I think it was a conference or something. We were watching it together.
Oh, did we watch did we do like E3 stuff together
I think
last
there
year?
was one of the E3 ones. I think it was that one.
Okay, that sounds about right. That makes sense. Makes sense. I usually go by what we last DM'd about on Twitter, but we were not DMing about Drop Frames on Twitter, whenever that was last time we spoke. So I had no idea. I was completely lost. But Zeke, you were saying goddamn to something. What are you goddamn about over there?
It's just, you know, how times have changed. Like I would see all y'all like sometimes in person, like a couple times a year.
That's true. Yeah.
And now it's like, when was the last time we saw each other? Jesus, almost a year ago? Like
way too long.
It's been a hot minute. You going to TwitchCon? Is that a thing in your future? Dan S Gaming?
Maybe. It depends on how many people are going this year, because so many people didn't go last year because of the last.
Were you there last year?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I was there, but there weren't very many people there that I knew.
Oh,
I felt
that might just be Twitch, man. We're old.
You ever feel like you walk into a place with a bunch of younger people and you don't know what's happening or what's going on? You feel out of place.
Every second of my life. When I go live on this platform, that's what I feel like, Dan. Yeah.
Yeah. Like everyone's scrambling at this young person. Like, I don't know who that is. They seem really popular, though. Good for them.
Yeah, TikTok star. You know, they're all the rage. They're all the rage. That's how
it's got to be like I don't know, the Rolling Stones at the same concert with like, I don't know, name a new band. I don't even know.
I think there's
Imagine
a difference.
Dragons.
No,
they're old.
Zeke, the difference is folks have reverence for the Rolling Stones. When we show up, they're just like, who the fuck are you? That's the main difference.
I don't know about you, but my fans bow when they see me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They come up
I think that's more the smell of you approaching, hitting them.
Oh.
Got him.
Wow.
Easy.
Yeah.
We're starting off hot here.
I can't even be mad. That was good. I can't even be mad at that dude. I love it. My improv lessons have been paying off for you, I see.
They have.
Yeah.
That and I have been in your presence. You smell horrible.
Co goes out, he travels, and he just the banter.
It's true.
Banter gets strong. He's got big bands.
Wherever you went, man, they must have been terrible people.
Just horrible. Absolute jerks.
I had a miserable time. I did.
They really rubbed off on you. I don't like it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it hasn't been that much.
You say good vibes for me or something, please?
God, no, don't. I like this. I like it's Evil Co.
You like this Co?
It's Evil Co. It's great. It's great.
No, seriously.
He's edging in on my territory.
It's Evil Co.
It's when the hero goes bad.
Yeah.
Bizarre Co.
Bizarre Co. There you go. Yeah. Exactly right.
Man, you're 2 for 2, dude. Holy shit.
It's crushing it. Not much going on this week. Just a lot of games all of a sudden came out in like a 3 or 4 day span. Twitch did put out
one out of nowhere.
Yeah, one out of nowhere, which I'm very excited to talk about.
Yeah.
Twitch did put out they're calling it an open letter from our chief product officer and chief monetization officer. I figured we'd go over it because we are 4 Twitch streamers and they talked about stuff coming ahead. What's up?
Zeke, I realized what it is.
Uh-oh.
That's what it is. It's that.
That's
why.
The baldness.
There we go.
The baldness.
Yeah.
Sorry,
you gotta rock that out loud. That looks good. You got a shapely head.
Yeah. You gotta. It's a spherical melon, as they say.
No, it's getting close for me. I asked my lady to cut my hair soon.
Oh yeah.
And I told her to do whatever she wants. No, I haven't. And also like, I mean, I'm creeping up on 43 here.
Well, I guess when I said a while, it was shaved at one point. I remember reading.
Oh yeah, Zeke shaved. You shaved your head before. 3 times, right, Zeke? Yeah.
It looked fine. You should just shave it and
Oh, yeah.
move on. I say.
Yeah.
Unless you don't want to, then don't. It doesn't matter.
No, I mean, shit. I've been wearing a hat on my stream since I started. Like
I
used to wear a backwards. My emotes even had my backwards Boston Red Sox hat.
Two things. Number one, how come we always talk about hair when Dan's on the show? Every fucking time Dan is here.
Yeah, you guys gotta rub it in. Look at all my luscious hair. I just have so much of it. What am
The
I gonna do with it?
conversation of hair
How shall I
always
style
comes
it
up
today?
with Dan. And I find that hilarious. I don't know. It's not on purpose. It just happens. I didn't even do it this time, Dan. It wasn't my fault.
Sorry, that's on me.
Yeah.
It's Co's fault. Secondly, how do you guys wear headphones with a beanie and not have your ears hurt? Like
It's more cushion. Doesn't really. Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I wore a beanie on
there's
this past week.
There's Zeke's secret. You see that?
I tuck it behind my ear.
Oh, that might be the secret.
Put it on and then I tuck it behind my ear. I was wearing it over top, but it's too muffled.
Yeah, for me, it was really muffled. I had to turn my headphones up like 25%, and it also just hurt my fucking head because I have a giant melon. So
I can barely hear my headphones with nothing in between them. When I put something in between them, I can't hear any of it.
Exactly. I was curious how you guys were able to pull that off. But it sounds like you got your maneuvers.
It took a while, like, to find the I want to call them my forever headphones, like this is my forever lady. Like it took a while.
Every streamer has one.
We're moving on to the next level.
Find the headphones that like I could wear for 8 hours. Because I started off with as an earbud person. Like I would have earbuds in because it was less cumbersome. It was louder, but they made I was constantly doing this, pushing them back in because my ear canals for some reason are like oddly shaped. And no earbuds like would stay in.
You do have some odd ears. Yeah.
You do.
I know. You've seen them up close.
Yeah.
And intimately up close, may I say. You're very gentle.
Yeah, I know.
But the only ones that I found that actually worked and stayed in were these like $12 KOSS earbuds.
Yeah.
With they had it was like a earplug squishy like inserts. You could squish them down and put them in, and then they expand, and then they stay in. But the sound quality was fucking shit.
It was a $12 head. Yeah. KOSS.
Yeah. And finally, like serendipitously, actually, I went to Japan with Adam Coble, and he was like, "I'm getting new headphones. Do you want to try these?" And they're just the Bose Quiet Comforts.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "Sure." And I tried them on. I was like, "Oh, these are nice."
Oh, that's what you wear on the show?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I wear them wired. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they're just like, I don't know. They fit my ears great. I don't have to adjust them a lot, and they're comfortable. Yeah.
Chat I realized why I was in pain wearing the beanie. I have glasses. I constantly forget that I wear something extra on my face.
Yeah.
I guess Ko has glasses, but he's got I don't know. I guess
mine are very light wires, like and they're super bent.
Mine are thick.
So if you have like rigid, mine
are
very, very.
I'm fucking blind over
thicker
here.
ones.
Oh shit.
Very bendy.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Mine. I'm straight up.
I mean, I don't want to be the only one.
There we go.
There you go.
Everyone on this podcast is so smart. Look at us.
I was gonna say,
True.
Zeke, that
not
makes you
anymore.
look a lot smarter.
The IQ is just it kind of went down a little bit on the show. We need a fourth person. Yeah.
When Zeke puts his glasses on, it almost looks like he could spell his name.
I got a third question for you guys. Do I look kinder without glasses? It's a running joke in my stream.
You look kinder?
Ooh.
They say I look kinder without glasses.
You look more approachable, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it because they're like thick frames? Is that the
glasses give you like an intensity. There's something about you. Like you put them on, you feel intense. It's like I'm not sure if I want to say anything to this person.
Nice.
You look more businessy with your glasses. I think
Okay.
You know what I would guess? I think it looks less formal to people that know you when you don't have your glasses on. So they think you look like you're, it's party JP. He's ready to get drunk and go and smack some butts.
You know what I think it is? Honestly,
I like that.
it's because when you have your glasses off,
Yeah.
you can see the when you smile, you can see the smile, the smiling with your eyes. You can see the
Yes, there you go.
the wrinkles and the muscles.
Okay, I
fact-
see what you're saying.
And so
Now
and
that
stuff
you
like
mention
that. Yeah.
it, when you put your glasses
I hate fake smiling, by the way. Fake smiling is
Yeah.
the worst thing ever. I hate it so
when
much.
you put your glasses on, they like completely obscure the parts of your eyes that change when you smile. That's interesting. Like it's right to the left and right of your eyes. Yeah, and that's like gone when you have your glasses on.
Okay, there we go. It's deduced.
Yeah.
Boom.
Thanks, guys.
No, it's
Appreciate it.
it's one of those things that I've noticed, like when you look at pictures from your like family photos, or like you look at your friends' photos from like back in grade school or whatever, you can tell the ones that are really smiling and ones aren't because of the eyes, because that's how my brother used to smile.
Oh yeah, the dead eyes.
In every
with
single picture as a kid, my brother would smile like this.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Because there's nothing going on here. Katie, my wife, same thing. Every like picture from her, like in her youth, it's just her going,
Sure.
and you can just see the hate
might be
like
the same
coming
for
out
me.
of the eyes.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get some thinner frames. We'll see. These are the I actually know because I went to the eye doctor recently. These are Roosevelt. This is the model of the glasses. So maybe I should.
So how come
go
no contacts for you
Eisenhower.
guys?
I can't. I hate touching my eye. I tried it once when I was I was like 17 or 18. They're like, all right, here, we're going to tell you how to do this. And they went through the whole thing. They're like, now you got to touch your eye. And I said, fuck you.
Yeah.
Dude,
not doing it.
I feel that I can't even put eye drops in.
Yeah.
I can't have anything near my eyes. I hate it.
Yeah.
Speaking
A little
of that,
poofy thing. That's a challenge for
The
me.
air
just to do
poof?
that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That takes like 10 minutes for them.
Yep. It's true. It's true. Go.
I
Why
used
don't
to
you
wear contacts
Yeah.
back in the day. Actually, I wore contacts a lot. But I'd mostly do it like if I was going somewhere, doing something like DJing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But one thing is that for some reason my eyes just dried out a lot all the time when I was younger, and it became an issue.
I see. I get it. I understand it.
I realized when I put on these glasses, after looking at like our actual video chat screen that I have up over here, I looked over there and I went, that dude converted to Islam in prison, didn't he?
Jesus.
Am I wrong?
Maybe. Yeah.
You 100% have that vibe.
Yeah.
Yes, I would agree.
Yeah.
No comment.
No comment. That's
It's the smart response.
that's the smart
to that,
response. Yeah. 100%. That's how that goes. Anyways, video games, I guess. Oh yeah, we're gonna do the Twitch news. That's right. The Twitch blog came out. Let's talk about that because they talked about things that are coming up. They actually,
Someone just said in chat, "Where was Rami when we need him for Zeke's joke?"
that's right. That was a Rami joke. You should have saved it.
He would have had some perfect thing to save that with. Yeah,
We'll clip it and I'll send it to him, and we'll let you know his response.
The Rami special correspondent.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to remember. Does Rami wear his glasses? Doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm surprised I didn't recognize that when he was on last week, and I didn't put my glasses on.
Yeah. They become a party.
Yeah.
You just
I will
forget.
remember because Rami will inevitably be on the show again. So remind me.
He was
and
kind of a
I'll,
jerk last week. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. He's got to earn some more brownie points. He's got to take me for
There's
some
a fine
free
line
flights.
between being a jerk and being mercilessly right.
That's true.
He's got to fly to Vegas or something.
He's got to take me to Vegas a couple times.
Yeah,
fly in, pick me up.
Dude, I
charge.
would book a room on Airbnb.
Yeah,
Totally do that.
yeah. Is that what we went with? I think that's his airline.
It was a good line. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Twitch did a bunch of stuff. We're going to go through it here, just give some thoughts. They did a 2023 look ahead in this blog post. They also talked about everything that they did last year. But we'll go through it and see what we think. I'm just going to kind of read through this part here. We are focused on helping facilitate deeper community interaction and innovative viewer recognition. One of those experiences will be Sound Bites. This is a new product. It's our first party sound alert that allows viewers to pay to interact with and support their favorite streamers. I was, when I first heard this, I immediately thought, oh, it's like text to speech. But I think they're going with like, you can pay to play a sound on a stream.
Okay, for the record, that has existed almost since the moment Bits has. There are custom plugins you can get.
Third party.
Twitch.
Yes.
Third party that immediately do that. Now, I will say that it will be rather, I'll go ahead and use the word hilarious if these systems use bits and then take another cut on top of that.
I said the exact same thing.
Allow this functionality. That would be actually incredible.
And you know they're going to, because Twitch,
the bits is, they already take arguably an obscene amount for bits. I mean, I realize that it's been years now, so people have kind of become accustomed to it, and that's exactly what Twitch was hoping. They were hoping that they would start with a crazy, terrible split for the streamer.
Yeah.
That over time it would just become normal, which it has. So if they were to then take more of that for these new systems, I have to say that would be actually incredible. That would, I mean, arguably, when you compare it to like PayPal in terms of getting money to the streamer, I mean, I think it's sometimes 30%, I think, more to use bits, if I'm not mistaken, 20 to 30% more.
It's a decent
So I mean,
amount,
it's at a huge disadvantage, for especially what you're given. Like I'll never forget when we had Smash Bro.
I was about to say, yeah, we had him on when they announced bits.
We had him
a decade ago.
And I remember like all the things he talked about they wanted to do with bits to give them value, to establish value for the split, and almost none of them happened. So like, which is, I mean, that's kind of par for the course with a lot of Twitch features, unfortunately. But it'll be interesting. Like, that's why I'm wondering, for instance, is this system part of establishing that value? If they don't take a split, then that's arguably kind of cool. Like if they add in more things that bits can do, and they're spending money to make those systems, and they don't charge any more for them, I'm assuming that would encourage the use of bits, which would then give them that better split. So they're already going to be making more. Maybe that's enough for their bottom line. But yeah, this will be this is one of the first like actual bit developed systems that we'll see that could get a lot of use. I mean, a lot of people use those little things. Also, I'm kind of curious, like what a lot of these third-party developers are thinking of this, because I mean, there goes their split.
Barry already in chat is saying that he was extremely disappointed, and it's very, quote, erode trust of third-party developers. And I get what he's saying, because they're essentially stealing one of the bigger like third-party things, and
that is one of the most used things I have personally witnessed for bits.
Yeah,
it's been a very common trend of Twitch letting developers develop cool things for Twitch, and then copying that and making it a first-party thing so they can get all of the profit from it, or take over the market for it from other players, like Tiltify with their charity thing. Like they're trying to push them out and do first-party charities now.
Yeah.
And it's already like with a company like Tiltify. Like Tiltify is a company, so like it needs to run on running that charity stuff. So when Twitch comes in and does a first-party charity, like they're arguably, if everyone switched over to that, like that would threaten the whole company. Like all the people that are working there could, that's a real concern.
Yeah.
Just to play devil's advocate though, if I was, John Twitch running Twitch, like that's what I would do, right? Like I would take good ideas and incorporate them into my business.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Twitch is always go ahead, JP. I'm sorry.
No, I agree. That is Twitch's MO, but that's also like tech world's MO, is just to steal and improve upon. Like the improve upon part is where we get into like, is this actually going to be an improvement, or is it just a flat out like we're stealing this and actually charging the streamers more and cutting the developers completely out, right? Like that's where we have to see what happens. But yeah, that's all I want to say, Co.
Well, I was going to say Dan is absolutely right. And we have to remember that Twitch is not the scrappy startup that we started with. I mean, Twitch's main goal is to make as much money as possible. There's now thousands of people at Twitch that could literally not care any less about streaming, and that are in their positions to make numbers on spreadsheets go up. And that's what Amazon wants, because I mean, Amazon did not buy Twitch out of the goodness of their heart. They bought it to make money. So that's exactly what they've been doing. So it's not only is it the idea that just kind of like Wizards of the Coast is doing, Twitch want to get its fingers in as many pies as possible, but at the same vein, it's, I don't want to say normal, but it is behavior that is not uncommon. I mean, look at mods for games. I mean, a lot of times phenomenal modders will come up with stuff, and then all of a sudden a new patch or expansion comes out, and oh look, a bunch of the QL and stuff was stuff that was mods before. It's kind of the same thing. Now, granted, a lot of times money isn't involved in those. But you know, I mean, Twitch is going to, this is not only happened before, but it is absolutely going to happen again.
Oh yeah.
As Twitch sees money kind of, without lack of a better word, bleeding out from its ecosystem. The whole point of bits was to keep money in Twitch. That was the whole point. They wanted to charge a huge split and have everyone use them. If they could, they'd probably ban PayPal if it was in there. They probably would if they could.
Let me ask you this,
Patreon,
like, and also the other two. Like, I don't think that ever got anywhere close with Bits. I think, in general, Bits was kind of a failed product.
People use Bits a lot, but the problem is that if, like, and this is, you know, this is not a don't give them ideas thing, because I don't think they can do this. But the real thing would have been making something like Bits and then putting in partner contracts. You can't use external forms of subscription services, et cetera, like that.
Sure.
You can't use PayPal for your business related stuff. You can't promote PayPal on your Twitter. Like that would have been what made Bits the only thing we could do. But again, it's if you think about the amount of money that probably goes through PayPal's as opposed to the amount of money that goes through Bits, I guarantee you that you just look at both of them. It's like, oh, I get a huge amount more money promoting this as a streamer. So
Amazon long term has had a history of, they're all about launching products but not supporting them long term. They want to launch as many products as quickly as they can to like generate buzz and hype, but they don't really take too many of those projects and keep developing on them.
Right.
It's been an issue across Amazon and now Twitch, because Amazon's now flooded into Twitch, and most of Twitch feels like corporate Amazon lately. And I feel like that's what's happening. A lot of products is they push out something like Bits, they promise they're going to do stuff in the future and make it better, and then those things never really happen.
Yeah,
they just sort of stay the same for a long time.
Right.
Like channel points have come out and they've barely changed over the years.
Yeah, it's all about money. It's all like how much, like what every single thing these days is transactional. It is if we put this much money into this system, if we spend this amount of money to get this many people to develop this product, how are we going to see a return on our bottom line? Because again, when your job is to just make sure numbers on a spreadsheet go up, there's no benefit to continuing to develop channel points, to continue to do that. You know, like there may be some stuff where they're like, okay, well, the PR from this will outweigh, you know, some negatives, or they're willing to spend that much on good PR. But just, I mean, you nailed it, Dan, when you said like, it's all about just dropping the bomb, getting the hype, and then, you know, moving on to the next thing, move everyone off that project onto the next big thing so they can kind of do it again. So yeah, it's definitely a thing. Definitely a thing. Old Twitch did some of that too, though. I mean, Amazon, you know, it certainly happened more since Amazon, but I think that's more of a general company thing in a lot of ways. When the point of your company is to make money, which is most companies' points at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
also, go ahead.
I was going to go back to the topic that I brought up when I one second. When I played the devil's advocate and said, like, you know, the third party stuff, like they copy, steal, whatever. What would be like the proper way to, or the most morally correct?
There's not.
I suppose.
The best thing the best thing they could do as a company, not the best thing they could do for us, but the best thing they could do as a company is make a better product so the other one becomes irrelevant. And like,
okay,
that's what they hope for. They haven't really done that with. I can't think of a product.
that is a good way to think about it. The other obvious way would be, well, if somebody else came up with the idea, find a way to compensate them. But then that leads to the next question. Mm-hmm. How would you compensate them? You know, how would you quantify the compensation? And then most importantly, you got to think like a business. What benefit would Twitch get compensating those people?
Yeah, why? Why,
I mean,
why
just
would
like
you
what a few people
compensate
on
them if you
Twitter
can make it
going,
yourself?
yeah, exactly. A few people on Twitter going, "Hey, thanks for the cut." I mean, is the thousands and thousands that they would probably need to properly compensate for that worth, a few tweets and some favorites? Probably not in their eyes. So,
Isn't that with I don't know if it's the Better Twitch TV guy or the FFZ guy, but one of them was like, Twitch tried to hire me, but they couldn't pay me enough or something like that. Because they make so much more money from like subscriptions.
I see some people in chat saying, "Well, why wouldn't you hire them?" Why? You already have people you're paying that can make it. Why would you hire them? It's just wasted money.
It's cheaper to copy them than it is to pay them. Like I just said, it's way too much money.
It's very good business, and business is not nice. It's very cutthroat.
No, business doesn't give a fuck about your feelings.
Yeah.
Is there a way for the third party people to protect their shit so you can't take it?
Make a better.
Well, no, that's where you gotta be careful because
Okay.
I'm sure I wouldn't. Now, Barry could probably actually be the better answer for this, but if you're making stuff and taking money from between Twitch and the users, I am sure you are signing things that like there's no way to really copyright that kind of stuff. You're making it for Twitch. It is a Twitch thing. If anything, I wouldn't be surprised if by licensing your plugins, you're literally saying you can do whatever you want with this.
Yeah.
Just because that allows us to be on your platform and allows us to take this money at this point in time. But again, I've never gone through that process, but that's standard business stuff. If you're going to let somebody into your ecosystem to, take portions of your income, there are general protections to make it so, you're going to be able to do what you want in a lot of ways. Yeah.
Barry did give me a bunch of stuff. Well, I was going to say, Barry gave me a bunch of information regarding sound alerts and blurp. Are the two biggest sound trigger extensions on the platform. That's what everyone uses to kind of do exactly what Twitch is attempting to do with the soundbite. And they are position 1 and 4 on the leaderboard across all live channels and extensions. So they're like the most used extensions on the platform. And from the Twitch leak that happened when everyone's revenue got leaked 2 years ago, whenever that was, the channel that owned sound alerts was the 5th largest earning partner across Twitch. And so also the
Wait. What?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
So that count. So I guess the way that they calculated earnings in that respect was the percentage that the app developer was taking per use.
Yeah. So he says if you
have
an
fifth.
He says if you have an extension that uses 80, if you have an extension that uses bits, 80% goes to the channel that created the. Oh, sorry. 80% goes to the channel that the viewers are using to give bits to, right? And 20% of it goes to the user that owns the extension. So 20% of all earnings that were made from this extension earned them the 5th largest earning partner across all of Twitch. Whenever that was.
Holy shit, dude!
Twitch wants that money.
Oh wait.
No wonder Twitch wants that fucking money.
You're saying if I spend $10 to play a sound on a streamer's stream
using that extension,
that streamer gets $8, and 2 of it goes to the person that made.
Yes, according to what Barry's saying.
Wow. I had no idea it was that much. I thought it was a back-end calculation.
Damn.
I didn't realize it was a front-end calculation.
Yeah.
I thought they were getting like a percentage of the bits bought.
Well, and
30%.
Oh no.
I didn't realize that the people making the application were taking money from the streamers that use them.
Right.
I thought they were taking it from Twitch.
No.
That is
20%.
That is wow.
Yeah.
That is wow. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean
20%'s a lot.
5th largest earning partner across Twitch. Think about who's in that top 5. Those are like people with 100,000+ subs at that time. And they were the 5th largest platform or 5th largest channel on the platform. I mean, that's awesome. But like,
that's kind of great.
You look at that statistic and you completely see why Twitch is like, guys, what the fuck are we doing?
Absolutely. 100%. We need that 20%.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. This puts this whole thing into a new spin. Of course they're going to take a percentage. Like,
because
these
that
other companies were
100%,
taking 20.
Yeah.
So Twitch is going to take a split when you buy the bits, and then even more when you choose to use these.
For the service, yeah. Or if they try to they don't, and they try to garner goodwill through that. Like, hey, you could use this other third-party extension, but they take a cut. We're not going to use our extension instead.
That
Or ours is
percent
only
is
5%.
a symbol of our partnership, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
It's gonna, man, it's gonna be very telling to see what they do with this. This is gonna be very interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
We will see. So that's the first thing here. They go on to state in the very next line, another will be an update to cheering to give streamers the ability to recognize viewers in more personalized ways. That's a rather vague statement. Don't really have anything to say what that could look like or mean.
Yeah, because they already have like interchannel emote. They you can give cheers emotes. You can give cheers custom badges. You can put their name on the screen already. That's something that all alert systems do. I very much wonder what that means.
It might be trying to tie into YouTube's super chat system where you can like put a chat message at the top of the screen with
like pin it. Yeah, pin the message or something.
Couldn't you do that?
I think
Isn't that a thing?
I want to say that was a thing.
In beta, they're testing. I don't think it's to everyone yet.
Okay.
I think they're testing that kind of a thing.
That sounds right.
They put them in, and I think people like really didn't like them.
Yeah, that could also be
they
a
basically
thing.
yeah. I think that was a thing already.
Yeah.
Elevated messages. That's what it was called.
Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, that was a big point of conversation.
A big thing.
Yeah.
That was not super popular.
I remember.
But hey, we got pin messages from it. I think it uses a similar system. So
true.
It's true.
And dude, just real quick, kind of an off thing. I dropped into 4 streams this morning when I was getting ready to start my stream. 3 of them were using pin messages.
They're
I was like, man, I don't know if I've seen a system get like this wildly used this quickly, like in a while. Like GG Twitch, like that is something people have been asking for, and people are using it.
Pinned is good.
3 of the 4 Dead Space streams I dropped into right at the top. Like, please do not spoil this for other people. Like, this is his first time playing. Like,
still doesn't get read, by the way.
No, not at all.
No,
absolutely.
What game is this?
Yeah, what game are you playing? Literally 4 places you could see Dead Space on the screen. What game is this? What are you playing?
Why don't you just play this game on
Starfield?
GOG or Steam? Like, this game is available on that like CD-ROM. You know what? Fuck it. Never mind. Yeah.
It's true. That's true. Next paragraph or bullet point. We know that events like September have a positive impact on streamers' earnings, so we're building on this to find more ways to encourage your viewers to support your channel. In addition to our larger global moments, you'll see more customized local initiatives that help boost support from your viewers and give you a chance to get extra prizes on top of that. We're also experimenting with personalized discounts based on viewers' behavior to better inspire streamer support. That is a weird thing.
A lot of vague statements in there.
But this kind of stuff I like.
Yeah,
because this is Twitch. I mean, sure, it's going to make Twitch more money, but this is also going to make streamers more money. Like, these are the kind of tools where this is an actual everybody wins definition. Like, if they make it so like, there's all sorts of cool options and fun things and special sub windows and events and stuff like that, that is going to make streamers more money. So, that's awesome. That's great. If they want to spend resources developing stuff, do more stuff like that. That's great.
I agree. I'm very curious, like, what personalized discounts based on viewers' behavior is. Is that like, if you watch a stream for 10 years, you get a free sub or something? Like,
that'd be cool. Like, if someone's like a long-term supporter of your community, but they've never been able to subscribe, they give them some sort of discount or something, so they could try it 1 month.
Yeah.
I think if you could turn on like targeted sub gifting. Like, you could set the parameters
to who it targets.
Gifted subs. Yeah. So you could.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. If they've been following for X amount of time, they're more likely to
following
get a sub.
X amount of time. Yeah. If they've been subbed X months, then maybe they get a priority. So like, it will prioritize people that like subbed for a while and then had to drop their sub for some reason. Well, like, they would get a priority. The amount of times they've been timed out or banned count against
funny
them.
names.
That sounds good. I think like if you're supporting viewers who have supported you that don't, by just watching with some sort of like sub or whatever, I think that's kind of cool if they do something like that. I could definitely see ways that it could be abused very quickly.
Well, any system
without question,
rife for abuse. Yeah. That's just kind of a thing.
It'd be kind of interesting.
Also, this is one of those things, again, this is a show about streaming, and I know that nobody watching is going to like me saying stuff like this, but that Twitch on the back end, monitors people if they're actually watching the ads.
Mm.
So if you could flip something on, it's like I want to give gifted sub priority to people who actually stick around and watch the ads.
Sure.
Like, you know, and it'd be like, but which is funny because those are the people that I guess you would want to keep watching ads. I now say conspiratorially.
Yeah.
But you know, so wait, now that I'm thinking about this, Twitch would never do that.
Yeah. Probably.
If someone's
not.
actually going to watch ads, the last thing Twitch would want is for them to get a sub.
That's probably true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Channel points. How about that?
What if they have a lot
buying
of
subs with
channel points? Yeah.
Just allow people to buy subs.
Yeah.
An actual system where you could buy subs with channel points.
That could
That'd
be
be awesome.
very easily abused.
Or reward people for watching ads with channel points.
Well, it could be abused if it could be abused, absolutely. But it could also be the kind of thing where if Twitch set a minimum that was like super high,
Like
then-
10
then in
million
their-
channel points or something.
if they somehow balance it to where it's like this person is still always going to have to watch some ads if they only use the channel point system. You know, I'm sure they could math it in the back end, but
Yeah.
obviously you wouldn't want someone to be able to buy a sub all the time because that would not be good for Twitch.
Yeah.
They would hate
Now
that.
I know there's
But-
the legality
you know.
thing for getting a sub, but if you reward people with things that aren't worth $0 or zero money, like channel points, is that not allowed? Like you watch if you do not change the channel or whatever, if you sit through this entire 3-minute break,
Watch every
leave the
ad.
ads on or whatever,
Well,
we'll reward you with 1,000 channel points or something like
you
that.
actually bring up a really good point because there are like, remember in our contracts, there's like legal reasons we can't call its currency. Like
Yeah,
which
it's not a
they
currency.
aren't.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like there's a whole bunch of legalese when you start talking about something that is earned with time, which is then converted into something that is monetary.
Apple's like, what? Currency?
Yeah,
Yeah. I want some of that. Give me some of that
Give me
currency.
30% of those
30
channel
right now.
points. I need them.
but
Yeah.
so maybe
Well,
maybe a lot
channel
of that
points
stuff is not
cannot-
viable.
Channel points can't be bought with money, and they have no intrinsic. They have zero value. Like you can't trade them for anything.
Yeah.
They're yours. It's just time spent. So I'm still like I don't know the legalese of it, but like it seems
mean-
like that would be okay.
I think a lot of it would be determined on how Twitch legally defines a subscription. Is it a $4.99 product? Is it a thing? Like is that
No,
how it's
not a
taxed and
subscription.
treated?
I'm
talking
just talking about watching ads for channel points. Like I'm not talking about channel
Just
points
giving
for
some sort
subscription.
of viewer reward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you could like buy like an ad-free day.
Dude, they
like,
used to
you
do
could-
bits for
channel
ads.
points.
They did.
They
Yeah.
That's
used to do
obviously
that,
not
yeah.
a problem. Yeah, they used to do bits
Yeah.
for ads. So that,
Well,
I don't think that's an issue.
They don't anymore. So maybe it was a problem.
Well, I think they don't anymore because a lot of people were getting a lot of bits.
That's also probably true. They were losing money
Yep.
on it, most likely.
It was
yeah.
real nice for that hot
Oh,
minute.
yeah.
I was like,
Yep.
yeah, dude.
Great.
I was getting 100 bit tips like
all time.
all
yeah.
day. It was great.
Yeah. The next bullet. This one's a lot of sponsorship stuff, which is kind of interesting. As a first step to building a meaningful sponsorship solution, we'll test features with a select few streamers to make sponsorship deals more effective and authentic on Twitch, thereby making them more lucrative for the streamer and more impactful for the brand. Starting with channel skins and clickable branded graphics, streamers can easily place these brand assets onto streams, above chat, and other places on your channel page for a less disruptive and more engaging sponsorship experience. Once we land on the right solution, we'll roll this out to more streamers. So essentially takeover pages is kind of what that is. If you've ever gone to like IGN or any like big website like that, I think Forspoken did like a takeover ad. That's essentially what Twitch is going for here, which
Companies
is
love
kinda
that.
cool.
Companies love that stuff. Viewers hate that stuff.
Yeah.
You
And
just-
that's
it's
ex-
like
that's
one
exactly right.
giant ad everywhere.
Also,
Yeah.
can I say how hilarious it is where it's like, we are going to turn your entire page into one giant ad and other places for your channel for a less disruptive and more engaging sponsorship. It's like less disrupt, less,
Yeah.
excuse me. You're literally talking about turning the entire page into an advertisement. There's zero
Mhm.
that is about as disruptive as you possibly can be. Now, granted, I think that's the point.
Right.
I just think the wording's weird. I don't think that it's wrong. I think the point is to make it super disruptive, so people are like, "Oh, they're doing a huge sponsorship today." Now, the thing is this brings up this interesting thing where it's like, if this becomes wildly available, do sponsors start making it part of their
normal
contrast.
package. Yeah, exactly.
Where it's like, because like what happened with on-screen overlays? Oh, well, you know, here's your on-screen overlay to use. Here's your profile button to use. Well, it's like all of a sudden, are we just going to see normal sponsorship things be like, oh, here's your channel branding. Go ahead and pop that up for the duration of the stream, and it's going to be like,
yeah,
people that don't want to ride that train are in for a bumpy time
for sure.
It would be great though if for people like normally have like a panel below the channel for people to click on. If there was a panel like above the chat window, that would be much easier for people to see and click.
Oh, absolutely, yeah,
positive.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, advertisers, sponsors would love that.
Pinned messages have taken place of that right now, so a more official version of that would be nice for sure. Yeah, unfortunately, they kind of shot themselves in the foot because they've made it so the about page, the profile panel, which used to be something everyone saw all the time, now takes an extra click to go to in most cases.
Yeah.
So as Steve Jobs would have mentioned, anytime you add a click, you are in some cases destroying a system. Like it only takes one click that a user needs to do to, in some cases, literally destroy an entire system. That's how much one click matters. Yeah. So I mean, there's been times like I used to do sponsor streams where there'd be thousands and thousands and thousands of profile clicks. I've done giant sponsorships where if I don't tell people about it, there will be less than 100 clicks. Yeah, they won't even know it's there.
Yeah,
like, it's just not there. So
the majority of people that are like newish to Twitch don't know about the info section because Twitch forgot it existed about 10 years ago. The last time they made a meaningful update to it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's not really any point to it anymore.
Yeah.
I can't even bother to type full words anymore, let alone click on something,
I do. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That's one thing that unfortunately has not been really integrated into Twitch's UI stuff is the idea that less is better when it comes to less is paramount when it comes to clicks.
Yeah.
And it's led to some not great decisions over the years, unfortunately.
That's true.
Well, Jake, you just talking about that, Dan. I find myself like trying to tab complete words that are neither a name or an emote. And I'm like, because they're just long words. So if I want to say like I found myself as like I was typing establishment the other day, and I was like estab tab. Fuck! I didn't complete establishment. I didn't know what I was trying to say.
How do I spell this?
Ain't no one got time to type out ablishment.
How much effort it is to correct it? Do you even bother? Do you just leave the mistake?
Just leave it as estab. Yeah. I don't know what we mean, right?
It happened today. I sent Dan's entire message to join the show in all caps. I wasn't retyping that shit. I wasn't good at it.
I was like, why is he yelling at me? Am I in trouble?
Yeah, I wasn't good at caps that shit.
It's a whole button, and it's all the way over there.
Well, and you would have to retype the whole sentence after. You can't there's, anyways. I think whatever they're trying to do or changing with the sponsorship stuff could be cool. And I say that as a streamer, obviously as a viewer, takeovers are not cool. But there's a chance that they could, the sponsorship deals could get a little bit more lucrative for the streamer in that regard.
Unless they're anime games and they have very nice assets in the photos, then those are okay. Chat likes
yes,
those.
That's true. That's true. And
you're talking about the naughty bits.
Yes, the naughty bits.
That's true. I would bet too that my understanding is most of the like Genshin sponsored streams that come from the whatever the internal thing is that is in the I forget the name of it. Let me just look at my dashboard. The bounty board. There we go. All that stuff that comes from the bounty board. Imagine if you could just like accept a bounty and then your stream is immediately populated with like the takeover page, right? When you do that sponsored stream. That type of stuff could be very lucrative, I would think, for a streamer and for whoever the brand is that they're sponsoring.
Is that on my side right there?
I don't know.
See that? Is there a flashing black thing on your side?
Nope, that's you. That's on your side.
Hold on, maybe that's on me. One side.
I think that's on your side.
Okay,
it'd be cool if after they build all this, if they could allow the streamer to then use that for custom stuff, like you use enough bits, like something flashes around your stream or something.
Yeah,
that's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Usually we get hand-me-downs after they build these things, so that'd be kind of cool.
Hey, we got pinned messages from that.
I know, right?
Yeah. You're not wrong. That'd be cool.
Man.
We'll have to see what all that stuff kind of looks like as they build it out, that they say. Final little bullet point in that section says, we're bringing more of the tools that help viewers support you to our mobile experience so that you can earn effectively across your community, no matter how they're watching. Cool.
That's great. Awesome. Mobile needs way more inclusion, especially considering the percentage in which it's how many of our viewers access our streams. So that is fantastic. Fantastic to hear.
Absolutely. Next section, new tools that reduce the effort to promote your stream on and off Twitch. Promoting your stream on other platforms is a key part of helping viewers discover your channel, but we know it can take hours of work to make promotional content from VODs and clips to share with your community. So we're launching tools to help you edit and export your clips for vertical short form video formats and making it easier to promote your stream on other platforms by working with Twitter to improve how clips and live stream links play in the feed.
Meanwhile, Elon's like, I'm sorry, you're doing what now?
He's kind of like that with everything, though.
Do you get a memo? No? Is that? I thought we were not doing
this. Wasn't there just like a recent outcry because something about YouTube and Twitter's connection? Like putting YouTube
there was a
videos
big
on
outcry.
and they're like, there's nothing found here.
There's been all sorts of technical issues, but also Elon specifically was trying to not downgrade, but downplay competitors and things of that nature, things that could take you off of Twitter and use as a possible substitute. So in theory, some people were saying if you took it just another step, it would be stuff to take you off the site, which of course a long form entertainment like YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that would be the next in the crosshairs. I don't think he's going to, but that was the freak out of the moment for a while.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get us off topic.
No, it's on topic. I think this is a great change. It eliminates the idea of, taking a clip, throwing it over to another website, exporting from that website, and then putting that on like TikTok or YouTube or whatever. If this comes with some sort of Twitch branded watermark, though, on the actual video, do you think you guys are still going to use it? Or would you just continue utilizing the third-party stuff that doesn't have that type of watermark? Not
the
saying
other
that it's going
platform,
to.
some platforms will demonetize your videos if you have any watermarks of other places. So that would be a no-go for right there.
Yeah, I would think so as well.
We'd have to see how far they'd want to go with it.
Yeah.
But again, one thing though that's encouraging to think about is this is one of those systems where it's only in Twitch's benefit to broaden its reach. Yes. So they would probably want to make a system like this and then make it as friendly to other platforms as possible. Because this is another situation where it's like the streamer wins and Twitch wins.
And we win.
So there's really no need to do too much extra stuff in there, because just by definition, this is something that's going to just help all involved.
It's so interesting to me. I'm trying to think the last time Twitch, and maybe they do it more frequently than I think, but the opening of that paragraph, promoting your stream on other platforms is a key part of helping viewers discover your channel. They're recognizing that outside of Twitch, we have really bad discovery. And the way that you get discovery is by going to other platforms.
Inside of Twitch.
Yeah, inside of Twitch. Yeah. Is by going outside of Twitch to help get people to discover your channel.
It's always been Twitch's biggest hurdle is that YouTube and Facebook, they'd have a much easier time because they have to convert billions of viewers that are already on their site just to go over here, whereas Twitch has to find them from other places and bring them in, which is a big challenge.
And doesn't even, it's still to this day is very hard, right? If you have a TikTok clip go, 1 million plus views, you're going to maybe see, I don't know, a number, a very low amount, a 1% percent of that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Come over and actually check out the platform. And you'll mostly never know because they're going to be lurkers or whatever. Very rarely will you get crossover from that, but it does happen.
I've looked at TikTok live streams and just look at different streamers. Someone will have 1,200 on TikTok, then you go over to Twitch and then they have 40, and it's so obviously it's not going over easily as you would expect.
Yeah, well, Twitch would be very much in their interest to make a system like TikTok, where it would allow you to take a bunch of popular clips and just flip through them. And then if you find a clip that's really funny or something, or you really like it, if that streamer's live, you press a button and you're in their live stream. And then, okay, you watch that guy for 5 minutes. Okay, let's drop back to the clip wheel. And then scroll through a bunch of funny clips and, see who's on and stuff. I mean, hell, maybe you could only select clips of people who are live at the time. So any clip you see that you like, you just click it and go to their live stream.
I was saying similar stuff with you, and I didn't read the next paragraph. The next paragraph is, we'll be giving more tools to help viewers discover your content, including pinned clips. which allow you to pin up to 20 clips to your channel page. These clips will give new viewers a better idea of what your stream is about and will be fully at your discretion, including safety controls. At some point, why is... And I think I know the answer, and I think it's another platform. It's not Twitch. But how come Twitch doesn't have just a scrollable constant clip feed where you can just do exactly what you do on TikTok and just exactly what you said? It just, why doesn't that exist?
They said that, I talked to someone and they said that they don't think that they could ever compete with TikTok in that way. So they're not going to bother investing in that stuff because they don't think it's going to make a profit for them.
It definitely won't make a
by
profit.
the way, it's interesting.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Also, you probably have to scroll like, 8 or 9 pages of XQC clips before you get to anybody else.
Well, the idea would be you'd probably get 1 clip per streamer kind of thing. And then kind of like you put on TikTok. But here, it's interesting because the second we start talking about, multiple people in my chat were like, oh God, please no more short form content. Like, we don't need that. The idea is that this would be an addition. The idea is that this would be for people that want that. Not necessarily all of Twitch would turn.
You don't have to watch 20 clips to watch a full video.
You would not have to do that. But I mean, one big thing that Twitch has a problem with is discoverability. Let's be real. There's only so many hours in a day. So it's in not only Twitch's advantage, but especially smaller and new streamers' advantage if Twitch provides a way for viewers to quickly go through content and find people. Because one of the things right now is you want to find a new stream. Well, to really get a feel of it, you got to sit there in the stream for God knows how long and hope something funny happens while you're in there that will then, hook the people that are there. But I mean, if you could go through a best moments of, and then all of a sudden you see a streamer you've never heard of being really funny and you're like, oh shit, I've watched them for an hour. I didn't know they could be this funny. Maybe I should follow them. And it's like, boom, all of a sudden there's discoverability. So, even though most of the people that watch us, I'd say are established, there's not a lot of huge new people in our streams right now. What we're talking about now is for people that have never seen us or seen new streamers or seen that kind of stuff. Is a quick way to find. So,
yeah. And I think you can look at, like, for people saying that wouldn't work. LSF has worked for about 5 years in making streamers. Right? Like, the very thing that we're describing is
and it's
working.
Arguably a long form version of what we're talking about.
It is, yeah.
You have to scroll through a list, find something you like, click on it, hope to God it loads, and if it didn't, find the backup bot. And then, like, after you go through all these different steps, then you get to see the clip. So, like, yeah, it's this would be a first party, most importantly, so everything would be super connected, quick way to do that. And then, oh God, take it to the next level. Allow people to sort by clip type, clip length, if live or not.
Categories,
let them sort tags.
Yeah.
So it's like you could on family friendly and just look at clips from family friendly streamers, or just look at clips from people playing a certain game. I mean, that would be huge, man. That would be like a discoverability renaissance on the page. I
agree. Yeah.
Or the whole service.
The issue is exactly what I think Dan was saying. That's an entire another platform.
Yep. Essentially.
And
right.
I don't know if Twitch wants to go down that route.
Twitch Talk.
Yeah, it'd be Twitch Talk. That's exactly right. Yeah.
That's right. It's exactly what it would be.
It's 100% that.
The only difference being is that it would be just an overlay system to their. And interestingly enough, Dan, this goes back to what you were saying. This would be them pulling in a different audience and then diverting them, just like YouTube and Facebook does, to another part of their service. So,
Right.
I mean, at that point, you're tapping into the people that only like TikTok and not necessarily streaming. And it's like all of a sudden they're looking at Twitch Talk and they're like, oh, okay, this guy's kind of funny. Maybe I'll check him out. And then boom, you just got a Twitch viewer you wouldn't have had before. So it's like it could be lucrative for them if they did it properly.
Yeah. But
part of me wishes that years ago, Google was the one that bought Twitch, because then Twitch would have access to all their algorithms and stuff, and the whole YouTube VOD system. It would have been a perfect marriage.
That would have been a perfect marriage.
Okay, real talk. Somebody floated this to me yesterday, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Imagine if Microsoft just said, "You know what? We're buying Twitch."
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, think about it. Like how hilarious would that be? Like, we tried to make Mixer, it didn't work. We're buying all this other stuff these days. Screw it. Let's just buy Twitch. and they were like, "Do you think that could happen?" And I was like, I didn't say no. Like, it's pretty,
I mean,
there's the fact that Twitch is starting to pivot so much to platform over creator, I mean, you could argue that it looks like they're positioning to eventually
sell it off.
Sell Twitch. So it's like, would Microsoft want to buy it? I mean, they kind of got a huge amount of money these days, and they could kind of incorporate it into their whole umbrella pretty easily. So that would be pretty hilarious. All of a sudden, free subs come with Game Pass.
If they ever did, they could celebrate by having a big mixer.
Oh,
there you go. I mean, that's the issue is how it would come down to how bad did Microsoft feel it was burned with Mixer, right? Like, do they want to get back into that again?
Well, the difference in buying Twitch would be is you're literally buying the top dog.
You're buying.
I mean, buying Twitch would be the definition of buying success. There's nowhere else. It's not like Twitch. Twitch has proven over and over that it is not going anywhere, no matter how bad the decisions are. Like,
True.
Twitch is here to stay. If there's any foundational streaming service, it is Twitch right now. And I think Amazon knows that, which is why they're so, outgoing in terms of how they run it these days. So it's that would be interesting. That would be interesting.
Yeah,
that
I don't know.
Said,
We'll see.
I'd like to not go without my Prime subs. I don't know about you guys, but if Microsoft bought it, like, I don't know. I mean, that's
I wonder,
it's not all of my income, but it's a big chunk.
But let me ask you this.
Amazon Prime to this day was still just a pay raise for streamers. Like, that was literally Amazon going, hey, here's your promotion. You get more money now.
It was the thing that made a lot of people able to go full time. Is that difference in income?
Still is to this day.
Would Game Pass subs be more likely to occur, though, if that was a thing, over an Amazon Prime sub? Because there's probably, I don't know the number, it's an astronomical amount of Prime subs that go unused.
We'd have to know the conversion.
Yeah, we'd have to know.
And we'll never have that. But I will say that I would like, if they were equal, I would say that a gaming-centric subscription service,
right,
which is promoting a gaming streaming service and telling all of them they can have a free sub per month, I would say the conversion on that would be much higher. But it doesn't matter if that entire service is 3% of this other service. At that point, conversion could be 100%. You're still getting less. So
yeah. You also have to consider,
Game Pass is huge. Game Pass is freaking.
Oh, it's massive. Yeah. The other thing you would have to consider is if Microsoft bought Twitch, would you see an incentive from Microsoft to stream Microsoft first-party games over other platforms?
We already see incentives with the bounty board. We already see, Twitch already runs deals itself. I mean,
that's Twitch. That's a third. It's not like, what if Microsoft paid you more to play a game on Xbox? I'm trying to think of a game, but a game on Xbox over PlayStation for a sponsor.
So you're literally saying, what if Microsoft sponsored people to play their games?
Yeah, I guess it's the same thing. I think in a rational mind, it's the same thing. I don't know if it would be for the rest.
I mean,
of the
everything would have
world.
to be disclosed. So I mean, that would be, so it would just be sponsored stuff.
Yeah.
If anything, I doubt they would, because
it would hurt them in the long run.
Like exclusive access, and I think would be something more that they would do. Like, hey, if you stream this on our platform, you'll get it a couple days early or something.
Right. Yeah.
Microsoft these days, Microsoft doesn't do a lot of promotion stuff, if you've noticed. Like almost every studio under Microsoft. When's the last time you saw a sponsor stream from a Microsoft company?
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't feel like they need it because their games just are so big. Like,
that's
they have
right.
like built-in success with Game Pass.
Starfield drops. They don't have to promote that. It's going to sell itself.
Hell
no. Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, there was not a single sponsored grounded stream.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Yeah. Chad also making a great point. Amazon incentivized people to play Lost Ark, New World, right? The same thing.
Oh yeah, they've got a whole game studio. Yeah. Exactly. That's a great
just
point.
Forget,
they literally got a whole game studio.
Those games are those games, to say it in a nice way.
They're the epitome of gaming, and I love them.
New World too. Oh my God, New World had one of the biggest activations on Twitch.
Yeah,
was New World. And they built-in systems and all sorts of technology. And shout out to Leviathan Core. That was a huge undertaking. But like that was. I think they did Lost Ark too. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it,
they did. Yeah, that was Leviathan.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely sponsor their own stuff.
Yeah, that stuff happens already. It just didn't.
Oh, and as Chat's saying too, also Amazon does I participate in the Rings of Power promotion. They've done tons of other promotions for their own shows
their own
and
content,
stuff. I'm sure they only will do. Yep.
Yeah.
So they're fully involved in that.
That stuff already happens for sure. Where are we? Stream title emotes.
Oh,
go ahead.
Pin clips. Just going back to that one. Pin clip. Where would they be pinned? Do you think?
They say your channel page. So
yeah,
I guess below.
So you'd have to go to videos to clips, and then
I guess
they'd be pinned there.
Maybe.
Yeah. The whole channel page needs.
It's just such a mess, dude.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's such a mess. I still love to this day. I'll never forget when I think I was talking to someone at Twitch, and this is right after the rearrangement, and I was like, so how do I get to my VODs? And this is before they all existed to the right of the tab. They were like, oh, you just click your logo. And I was like, okay, I see that's how I do it, but how would a viewer know that? And they're just like, well, you know, they want to know more about you. They click your logo, and it's like, really?
Yeah,
like that's really?
So
you're just assuming they would click on that to get.
I'm pretty sure around the time. I'm pretty sure around the time that happened, they did the channel page update. As someone who goes to, both of you and whoever the guest is, their video page to pull up content to show while we talk about it on the show. I think I had that moment of like, how the fuck do I get to your video page on air? Because I didn't know you have to click the icon. It's bad.
Yeah. The whole UI is not designed with any type of seriously, going back to it, if Steve Jobs saw this, he would probably set the building on fire.
Yeah.
Arguably the guy that made one of the smoothest UI systems would probably he would look at it, and then just wherever he was, he would probably just light that on fire.
Yeah.
You can tell they have lots of people working in UI where they're developing all this fancy UI, but they don't have UX, the user experience, like someone testing it and seeing like how many clicks things take. And it's obvious that they've over designed it and not thought about how it is for the end user.
Yeah. That, or they don't give a fuck because no one watches VODs on Twitch.
That too.
I don't know. But then it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy of,
it's exactly
make them hard to find, no one's gonna watch them, right?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
And chat, a lot of people in chat right now are saying,
well, sure, because I said they don't. Of course, people are gonna speak up and say that they do. That's how that goes.
A lot of people in chat would never follow JP right off the bridge. I would. What are you talking about? Of course I would. I love JP.
Yes, exactly.
How dare you?
Next bullet point.
A loud minority.
Yeah. Stream title emotes will let you wait for it. Add emotes into your stream title. Why is that such a big one? Anytime I see that.
I've been using emotes in my title for years, and it's just text, and I'm just like, whatever. So this is cool. I'm totally fine with this. Okay. I'm totally cool with it.
Because you can use the standard phone emotes and stuff like that, but Twitch emotes you haven't been able to they wouldn't show up in your title.
Yeah, I think it gives you a little more personality too. Like if someone could see one of your emotes, it gives you a little context.
So now,
Dead Space hard mode, all the way down.
So now for an XQC title, it's just going to be a red dot that's an XQC emote with mega drama, red dot, live now, mega drama, just that type shit. I guess. I don't know. Sure, why not? That seemed like a big deal when they announced it, and I was just kind of confused as to why, but you guys made it make sense. The next bullet, the upcoming stream section is coming to Twitch mobile apps. This will help viewers keep track of and tune into streams for all the streamers they follow, all in one place. Do you guys keep an updated schedule on Twitch in the sense of the scheduling tool that Twitch utilizes? Do you guys keep that up to date? Yeah,
I don't. I put a bucket schedule.
Yeah,
I don't.
It's generic one.
It's too unwieldy to be constantly updating. It's not intuitive enough.
And I've never had anyone in chat ever say they ever used it or they ever mention it. So I don't think it gets used.
Yeah, I know a handful of people that do that.
It's also buried in the about section somewhere down there.
Yes.
You got to click several times.
Yeah.
It's one of those features where it's it could be super cool and it would be really interesting potentially, but it's just not, the implementation is not quite there.
Yeah. When I was discussing it with my chat, they said the only time they do that is for streams that don't have a normal schedule. Otherwise, they just know the normal schedule of the stream that they're watching. And I guess I could see that, but yeah, maybe.
Also, to be fair, very few streamers have schedules.
Yeah. That's very true.
For some of us, it's great, but it's not really.
Yeah,
not really there.
No, there's a command in my channel and it's plans.
Yeah.
And it's just a couple of me laughing emojis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just plans, me, laugh.
Yeah.
But it's because like I don't plan more than one game out if it's really like a really special time. Like maybe I'll have 2 games planned ahead of time, but I'm a creature of whim, and if like something doesn't like, I will pick the game. The next game is probably what I can guarantee that I usually know is the next game.
Sure.
And that's it.
A lot of us are wizards. We stream precisely when we mean to.
That's a very good way of putting it.
Oh, and to clear some stuff up in chat, we're not talking about general schedules like I start at this time. We are talking about the schedule function in Twitch.
Yeah.
We're not like we all stream on a schedule.
What even is that URL? Is it twitch.tv/user/schedule?
I think it's actually a tab.
Oh,
like if you go to
okay, it's what I just said. So this is what mine looks like. Let me swap over here real quick, just so people are gonna be like, "That's a page. You can see this page." This is what mine looks like right here. It's kind of I think it also shows VODs. For
now that is one of the
That's
coolest
cool.
features that it does.
Yeah.
The pass thing is awesome. And I think that is something that Twitch should definitely like promote more. But the fact that it like tracks everything that you did and like attaches a game to it and the title, and you can just click it to go to the VOD if it exists.
Yeah.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
What would be really cool is if we could like establish a link for those things. So like when we put it on, if we do something that goes on YouTube, if we can go back in our schedule and like link it to that, like that would be super cool.
Yeah.
In our case, our VOD chat system.
Yeah.
That would be super badass. And also if the schedule went, I don't know how far back the schedule goes, but
I don't either.
Being able to search the schedule would be super cool as well.
You can bring up
all sorts of stuff.
It goes back right now. If I look at my schedule, it goes back to November 30th. So what is that? 2 months?
That's cool.
60 days?
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's got. I'm looking at VODs from 2 months ago. Marvel's Midnight Suns. So I guess it's 60 days.
Good game.
Yeah. The next thing, the dreaded A word, ads. We're updating the ads incentive program to reflect requests from the community to make the program easier and more flexible. You can stay opted in once you're in, and you'll have more flexibility to adjust the number of ads you're running. Great. That's a huge change. That's the number one complaint streamers have. Well, one of the number one complaints that streamers have about the ads incentive program is the fact that you're locked into whatever you chose the prior month. For them to actually give you a range of minutes of ads and potentially a range of hours as well. More options for that instead of just 3 choices that kind of rely on your previous month. It's good stuff. That should hopefully come sooner than later. This one matters a little bit more for viewers. We're also improving the ad running. Or no, this is all streamers. We're also improving the ad running experience. We've heard from you all that it can be difficult to know when an ad is about to run, thereby making it difficult to prepare yourself and your community for the interruption. We will make changes to the ad manager to help you have more visibility and control over when the ads roll. So I guess this is like a chat message. I think most people use I shouldn't say most people. We have a bot command that says like ads are going to roll. I don't think most people use it, but if there's like the shout out graphic in chat for when ads are about to roll, I think more people would see that on the channel. Dan, do you use the ads incentive? Are you using that month to month?
I did it 1 month, but I didn't like how it like
automated
would force you like if like you can snooze it for like 5 minutes at a time, like sometimes to buffer it, but it would always be at a weird spot and it was awkward to use.
Yeah.
So I just do manual.
Yeah.
Especially once I found out that the ad incentive program isn't a bonus. It's like their guess of what you'll earn if you play this number of ads per month.
Right.
So if you just do it manually anyways, you should get about that same revenue. If we just do it manually and target it better.
It's guaranteed money.
Yeah. It's guaranteed
if
minimum.
you meet their
Yeah, it's guaranteed.
Hold on a second. You're saying that if you agree to the ad incentive program, you don't have to have auto run?
No, you do.
Have
you have to have auto run.
Oh.
In its current iteration, yeah.
Okay.
You have no control over when. Well, you have some control when the ads are going to run, but once you've set when they're going to run, they're going to run.
Right. Also, we mentioned this, I think, in a previous show, but just confirming, we did verify that you can absolutely add out or earn out of those, right?
What do you mean by that? Like once you hit the guaranteed minimum, you still earn money after
once
that?
you get, you just keep going, right? Yeah, okay. Which would, of course, validate it. But at that, like when you earn the amount of money that you agreed to, do you then get control of your auto rolls?
Yeah. So once I've streamed the amount of hours with the ad density that I need for an ad incentive offer, we usually shut off, we being me and Barry, we usually shut off the auto ad thing and just run ads on our own time. Because at that point, it doesn't matter. So
you turn it on and off, not Twitch.
Yes. Yeah. We go and turn it off.
Okay.
We as in nothing to do with Twitch. The streamer has to go into the back end, click, turn off.
Can you turn it on and off whenever you want?
Yes. We would turn it off for shows every once in a while as well. But then you have to go, back in, turn it on, that type of stuff.
Gotcha. So you're saying like because a lot of times they give you
Barry, if I'm wrong about that, Barry, tell me. I think that's what we were doing.
A lot of time they give you a big amount of hours. So you're saying like after it's done, you'll have like maybe a day after you're done to like turn them off. Okay, so
yeah,
okay.
It would all depend on how much you stream. Like if you agreed to a contract that's for 70 hours and you stream 150 hours in a month, I mean that could mean you could be done with your ad incentive mid-month, and then you could just
you could be, but they always like if you look at it like
it's always what you streamed the month prior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
roughly.
Like my incentive offer was 176 hours because in December that's what I streamed.
Yeah.
And whatever I stream this month will be most likely the offer that I get in 15 days around there. In terms
like I used it this month. I've hit my hours, so I can turn off the manual playing the ads, like having it play it every hour.
Yeah.
So now I can just for the rest of the month just play it manually if I want to, or if I just don't play ads off, I don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
But that the two bullets so far, like they're great changes. The fact that because I think November and December we being my channel, I think we did 6 minutes. The past 3 offers since then have been at the bottom. The bare minimum is 6 minutes, 6, 7, 8, or 6, 8, 9, or something like that.
Wow.
And so if they literally just allow us to be like, we're going to do 3 minutes this month, and it's just a fucking slider, like just do that. That's so much better, right? I haven't accepted the past 2 because I'm not going to run 6 minutes of ads for like the offers that we've got. Which are because seasonal changes are much lower.
If they could change it so you could run 4 or 5 minutes at one time instead of having to split it up into 2 breaks over the hour, it'd be easier to do some of those longer ones. But
yeah,
it's so interruptive as it is with 3 minutes every hour limit.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Twitch, give all streamers in the ad like that are able to roll ads. Give them the minutes, all the buttons.
Yeah.
There's a few people out there that have longer minute buttons, but people like me, 3's the max.
It's part of the grandfather thing. I have 6. 6 is my max. I know people that have 10 minute ad buttons.
Jesus.
And they utilize them because they're of the type of stream that is big enough that if they lose 500 viewers, that's a single digit percentage of their stream. So it doesn't matter. They're just going to run 10 minutes.
I was thinking of making Twitch very happy and doing 55 minutes of ads and 5 minutes of content each day.
Yeah.
I think they would enjoy that.
I think you might get a contract after they.
Be like, you're our favorite streamer now. This is amazing.
We're going to use you for everything, Dan. That 5 minutes of content an hour.
I'll be back in an hour, guys. Enjoy the ads.
Just set it. Don't
be so funny. You just show up every 5 minutes, guys. We got 5 minutes of gameplay. All right, I'll see you in an hour. You just leave.
No, I want to see it. I want to see it cut up even more than that. So do 5 seconds of content and then roll 5 minutes of ads. Be like, hey guys, I only have a little bit of time to tell you. I'm coming up at ad.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
I got cut off last time, but listen closely because I only have a few seconds to add.
Yep. That's great. That's great.
And the next one is just you screaming for 5 Ad.
Oh god, that'd be even funnier too if
Oh.
it's just the same ad. It's like Jack Ryan, he's going to Yemen. It's just he's
Oh my
Over
god.
and over and over.
What
I
were you
still
gonna
think
say,
that
Co?
I still think that we should have the ability, instead of banning someone from the channel, just to make them watch
Make
ads
them watch-
until they leave.
I
Until
agree.
just endless ads until they leave.
Yeah, take that, Twitch. No, here's the thing.
Dude.
Whoever is, I don't know how a third party would make that. I guess Twitch has to make that.
Fate worse than death, as someone said in my.
A fate was.
It'd be like the equivalent of sending a criminal to a coal mine to mine for you, like to earn you stuff
Yeah.
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 instead of just being a prisoner.
To the mines for 2 hours. You can return if you're still alive.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh
Third
my
bullet.
God, send him to the ad box. Jeez, that's
The
a
ad
great
box.
idea.
There you go. The boo box ad. That's a great old.
Yeah.
That's a boomer reference right there. The third bullet in this section, we know some viewers find value in an ad-free experience. Yeah, Twitch. Some viewers, that's the silliest wording. So we're working. They mention it, chat, and Kozik and Dan. We're working on making Twitch Turbo, and then they explain what it is, which offers perks like ad-free viewing and chat upgrades to emotes and badges, better and more relevant for our community. We're excited to share more updates later this year. You think they're going to start charging more? You think they're going to bump it up to, what is it? Is it $7.99 right now?
I think they'll make it whatever YouTube Premium is. Like they'll try to match that, their competitor.
I bet they're gonna tier it.
Oh.
Make it so like the lowest tier you have to like select 5 channels once per month or something.
Oh, they would do something like that.
Oh God,
I
we're
mean,
laughing to hide the tears, chat. We're laughing.
Yes.
It's $8.99 right now.
I feel like Dan should have done one of these while he said that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the evil
They
mastermind. Dan.
would do that. They would.
I could totally see them making it $10.
Oh, for sure. For sure. If you think about what you get, like it, I mean, the whole premise of spending a $5 sub is to not get ads on that one channel. And then you can get Twitch Turbo, which gives you ad-free viewing on every single channel on Twitch. It's the deal is pretty wild.
What if,
And then-
I mean,
yeah.
how about if they bump the price and give you a turbo sub to use wherever you want?
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe. I mean, there's a lot of things they could do to advertise it. What if every time an ad ran on a channel next to the subscribe button, they put a Twitch Turbo button, right? And like actually promoted their own thing.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
That would dramatically affect. That is the evil genius idea right there.
Yeah.
That
And
is-
that would actually hurt streamers as well.
Oh my God, an actual click-through page that you would get after you click the sub button on a streamer. So you click a button to sub to a streamer, and then a page comes up saying, "We see that you're subbing to this streamer. Do you watch many streamers? You should consider Twitch Turbo. Blah 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 blah. If you'd like to continue subbing to this channel, please click the button below or click the one next to it to do Twitch Turbo." Like,
True.
oh, like if they went all in with that, like it's done for us.
Yeah.
To put it
Yeah.
bluntly.
Yeah. Someone does make a good point. If they included the Twitch Turbo on a channel page, right? Like they actually promoted Twitch Turbo. How much do you think that would hurt them actually bringing advertisers in? If they were actively promoting a way to not watch those ads.
That's one of the reasons I think we stopped hearing about Twitch Turbo.
I think
is
you're right,
because
yeah.
Amazon Twitch Turbo was relatively well known before Amazon, and then Amazon came in and it literally like disappeared from the site. And I think that's because Amazon sees Twitch mostly as an ad deployment platform, kind of like Facebook. Like subbing and stuff is great and everything, but you know they want to be able to get these huge deals with advertisers. Every single mention or time Twitch Turbo is used, advertisers hate Twitch just a little bit more. There is zero advantages for an advertiser with Twitch Turbo. Zero. So it's they're playing a balancing act. Like they have to decide. I mean, when you're catering to advertisers, but you're literally holding a kryptonite for them. You know, how do you leverage and balance that? It's been interesting. Like mostly they've just been ignoring Turbo. It's there, but they don't really talk about it. So yeah, this is one of the first times in literal years
That they've said
that
it.
we've seen them saying, like, especially like, we're excited to share more updates. Like, what are you going to update Twitch Turbo with? Like, that's the last
It's
thing
going to be a
an
super
advertiser wants to
secret
see.
link that you can only be linked to. It's not going to be on their website anywhere that you can just happen and
Oh my
discover.
It's like that. It's for the last few years. It's felt like Twitch Turbo is like the secret menu at In-N-Out or whatever. It's like if you say the correct phrase, you can get this, you know, this menu item.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
that's not actually on the menu.
Yeah. It is, you know, someone, Skioch in my chat says, by that logic, YouTube Premium would, quote, be bad for advertisers on that platform. And they promote the hell out of YouTube Premium. I wonder
I feel like YouTube's different, though.
Well,
like,
YouTube
YouTube
has...
is in a... Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, YouTube has something that Twitch doesn't, which is extremely targetable ads. They can find out where you shopped last week. Like, people say you want people that shopped at Jiffy Lube in the past month. You want to only show this ad to them. They can do that on YouTube, but Twitch doesn't have anywhere near that functionality. They just blast everyone with ads just by region.
That is true.
Also, to complement what Dan was saying, YouTube has exponentially more users. So it's a kind of thing where, like, the amount of people that would sign up to that would be very advantageous and probably make Alphabet a huge amount of money. Where Twitch, on the other hand, if they got most people to sign up for that, like, they would start literally cannibalizing their advertising profits. People are always going to want to advertise on YouTube. There's just that many. There's literally huge amounts more people.
Yeah.
So there'll always be a market for that. They can push it as hard as they wanted and still not get a fraction of what Twitch is doing on our side. So I just don't think it's a concern.
That's true.
I use Amazon Red. It's great.
Next section.
Or not Amazon Red. YouTube Red.
YouTube
whatever
Red.
it's called. Yeah.
Next section, improving how and where ads show up on Twitch. The first half of this year, we're making 2 changes to improve the way ads work for viewers and channels. First, we're updating the way disabling pre-rolls work for channels. Running 3 minutes of ads per hour in any way will disable all pre-rolls. They no longer have to be split into 90-second ads every 30 minutes. Second, we're applying our picture-by-picture experience to the majority of pre-rolls that viewers do see.
That's actually huge.
Yeah. I think it's probably the biggest thing we've seen so far.
That's one of the biggest things. They were to put that in like skippable ads, and congratulations, you're becoming on par with YouTube, which is something that I don't think anyone had thought we were going to say with Twitch ever. So, like, that's a huge step forward.
Yeah. Yeah. Big deal.
Those are all positive. There's nothing negative to say about it. It's just all good stuff.
Yep. For both streamers and viewers. For everyone the platform, really. Situation. Everyone wins. Yeah.
Ads become easier to watch when they're not blocking live content. So, you know, it's like, you may not get the sound. I don't think, do you get the sound with the picture-in-picture? I don't think so, right?
No, the sound goes away, the video stays, and then the ad plays. I didn't mean for all that to rhyme.
Say it down, JP.
That's just how it went, you know.
Yeah, that's actually huge.
Yeah.
So, switch on that one.
The next one's also big. We're also exploring ways to give communities a heads up when ads are coming and the ability to snooze video mid-roll ads. That's a huge deal. They don't say how long. I'm sure they're trying to figure out exactly what that is. If it's a 5-minute snooze, 10-minute snooze, till this boss fight is over snooze, like what does it actually mean type deal, but still big.
Also, it's interesting that they use the word community and not viewers. So, like, I'm wondering does that mean that, like, a group of people can defer an upcoming outbreak because something big is going to happen, like voting in chat or something? Or does that mean that the streamer is going to be moving it back? You know, like, I'm curious. That's a very interesting word to use, because the 2 people that can snooze an ad is either the viewer or the streamer, and they don't use either of those terms. So how exactly is that going to function? I wonder if they're leaving that door open like that for
or mods
on purpose,
right? Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, is that what community means? Maybe it's the mods can do it. Like, I don't know. It's a very broad term.
Yeah, it's a good point. We'll make it easier for you to flag to your community when you're working with advertisers on branded content. Okay, I don't know what the inherent issue is for this to be a thing.
That's actually cool.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. So, like, for instance, you know how you can fire off a follow blast now? It pops the window up. Imagine if you could do that with a sponsored link.
Oh, you mean like / shout out is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Think if you could shout out a link for your sponsor or something. Like, you know, like there's cool things with that. That's I'm surprised that's in this section and not in the sponsor section up top, but
Yeah,
That's cool.
I'd imagine it'd be like what YouTube has, where you can flag video as paid promotion at like a little tag on the top right or something. There might be something like that, like sponsored or something like that. So you
And then, like,
might
the
not have to
link
put
would
it in
be
your
up
title
there.
anymore. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
Very cool as well. Good call. Didn't think about that.
The next stuff, we'll kind of skim through it really quick. A lot of it has to do with guest star, which I guess they invested a lot of money into guest star, and they're going to try to
They're
keep making
really
it relevant.
pushing that. I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just like,
it's
okay.
they've reached out to me. They're like, why don't you use guest star for drop frames? And my response is like, why would I do that?
The interesting thing about guest star is it kind of goes counter to a lot of what Twitch is these days, where it's a giant system that requires a lot of technical development, a huge amount of input. Twitch is really not getting much from it, if anything at all. There's already existing systems they wouldn't have to troubleshoot or support outside of it. And a lot of people already have their own solutions.
Yeah.
So it's just this is one of those things where it's like, it's cool that you're doing this, but I can definitely see like 10 other systems that probably should have gotten the love first, instead of like making a brand new one that, and it's also kind of niche. It's not like, I wonder what the percentage of streamers are that bring on other streamers in that capacity anyway.
Yeah. It's gotta be small.
It's a very niche system.
Yeah.
For those of you asking, it's a call system. It's like a Discord call,
it's a Discord call.
It's first party
Exactly
Zoom.
right.
It's first party Zoom. Yeah. Except the cool thing is, and to its credit, it does do some things that other systems can't do. So like if you bring in random people, it brings them in on their Twitch account. So if that person acts the fool, like they could get banned off Twitch.
Yeah, you can bring in
more
viewers.
Accountability.
Yeah.
You can bring in viewers easily. So like it does a lot of cool stuff. But it's just, again, it's a very niche product.
Yes.
It smells to me like someone in a board meeting saw Zoom as like, how do we put this on Twitch? This would be really cool if we just incorporate this into Twitch so we don't have to use a third-party program. Like,
yeah. It's the thing I would want from guest star, to actually say something about it other than guest star is bad. The thing I would want from guest star is a solution to co-streaming or streaming with multiple people when it comes to chat, so that instead of having 4 unique chats, we have one mega chat that makes sense, because there's so many problems about
Did you
that.
see
that's how you
Julia's-
get Skynet, okay?
Did you see Julia's tweet?
Oh yeah, that
like
tweet
3
came
days
from.
ago?
That's when we were talking about on my channel. Yeah. She
Dude,
made what we
that
like made
tweet
up.
is awesome. Yeah, like that is actually awesome. Like the idea that you could combine chats,
Yeah.
and that there would be color coded, and that you could just type like /streamer name space to put in that chat, or a drop down selecting which stream chat you want to talk to. Like that could be really, really cool.
That would be very cool, and something that there isn't a product for already. Like the's no like way to merge a
there's
bunch
no way
of
to do
chats
that right now.
together.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that would be
we're-
amazing if they could figure that out.
Me and Barry, because we do Last Call for Adventure. We do all of our shows, and it's multiple chats. So we've been like trying to figure out a way to make it make sense.
And another
And
thing that's so unfortunate
it's
for
tough.
viewers is and especially in like a situation like Last Call for Adventure, if you like all of the streamers that are on it, you have to play this awkward game where it's like, well,
Chat roulette.
which chat do I like the most?
Yes.
Or have them all on the screen. And it's like, in that case, you're obviously going to miss tons of cool stuff that's being talked about in other chats. So
Well,
that would be something awesome for Twitch to come up with, and only Twitch that could come up.
You have to type Kappa in 4 boxes. It's like,
It's a
one
lot
thing
of
we
Kappas.
didn't like work out, and it's a problem with.
Oh, do we have a link to the tweet? Let me see.
Yeah, it's on Julia's feed just for a quick, but I'm sure Cole will find the link. One thing we didn't consider is in a chat, in a mega chat, where does the viewer get credited to?
That's what I was saying. Like if you could type / and the streamer name space to identify which chat you want to go
That's
into.
where it goes.
Or
Yeah.
there could be a drop down right above chat with all the streamers in the chat, and you just select from the drop down which chat you want to talk into.
Or is it? Those are. I think both those would work. I guess it could also help with whatever channel you join the quote unquote mega chat from, then that's where it counts to. Right? That would be like a way to automate it.
Oh yeah, there you go. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have that be the auto one, and then you can select the drop down if you want to go somewhere different.
Yeah. But that's what guest star solve the issue of chat. when it comes to having multiple people on kind of the same content. That being said, I don't know if they will for a very long time, because the amount of people that do content like this on the platform is very, 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 very small, right? And there's other problems that they could be solving.
That's true, but you could use that same argument for the system in general. And here we are talking about the guest star system.
True.
So it's like,
yeah.
I mean, obviously somebody up there, somebody at the top of Twitch decided that this system was worth the probably hundreds of thousands of dollars it took to develop.
Yeah.
So at that point, like if you don't turn it into something awesome, you're really just kind of throwing that money away. So maybe they will keep going with it and make it something really
Hope
cool.
so. It would get a lot of use around these parts for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Next couple of I didn't even realize we've almost been doing this for 2 hours. Next, we got games to talk about. Next, creating first-party tools to better celebrate viewers. We're focusing on helping facilitate deeper community interaction, and it is a lot of word fluff. And innovative viewer recognition. To help you engage with your viewers in better ways, we're creating tools to help you celebrate moments of support from your community, making them more interactive and personalized. We're working on developing unique alerts that you can only find on Twitch, and we'll have more to share in the next few months. One of those experiences will be sound bites, our first-party sound. We talked about that. Viewer milestones to help you recognize viewers for hitting certain achievements during your stream, creating more personalized relationships with your viewers. I think we all agree that it sounds great. All that stuff is needed. We would welcome it, as long as it doesn't get too cumbersome for the stream, right? As long as that's like happening in a place that doesn't take away from the actual stream, or if it does, have it a way to be like toggleable per streamer. Next section, giving better insight into what's working, where there's opportunity to improve content you stream. We're rolling out Creator Home to all affiliates and partners, giving you a more personalized, dynamic home base that surfaces the most relevant tips and actionable recommendations to help you grow based on where you are on your streaming journey. This one's kind of good. We're adding more analytic updates, including tag impression analytics to help you understand the number of viewers who saw your stream within a tag filtered browse page or a Twitch search result for each tag. Great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give us.
I wish Twitch would utilize the tag system more. It's such a powerful system.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see like what the most popular tags are too, like, and how they're spelled, because right now like they're divided by capitalization and stuff. Like it'd be nice to figure out some way to like merge those together or something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and another huge thing is especially getting those analytics on a public level. So like if I wanted to put that my channel is, family friendly, well, there's literally 90 ways that I could put that. So which one of those tags is the most advantageous? Is like, if I could see, oh, well, there's, 500 channels using family friendly, there's 50 channels using FF, there's, 1,000 channels using SFW. Like, we don't really have that information. So being able to like collate and group people into these categories, I feel like would be a lot better.
Does that at some point, there's probably a smart word that you can insert here, but mine will be a longer phrase. Does that just make tags become popular and other tags become less popular so that every streamer uses the
the issue is that you'd have to
thing?
You'd have
whatever
to
the popular
moderate it.
tag is.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if Twitch ever wants to do that. I mean, the whole big thing when tags came out is that all the big streamers put VTuber as their tags, and that pissed off a lot of VTubers because they're like, cool, they're going to go to my channel, they're going to say I like VTubing, they're going to click VTuber, and XQC is going to come up, who's never VTubed once in his life, and they were pissed about that. So I do say the tag system is amazing, but unfortunately, the reality is they would need to enforce it for it to actually be decent. Because right now, with no enforcement, there's very little point to the system as a whole.
TikTok doesn't really enforce it.
Yeah.
If you want to look at like parallels in the industry, the TikTok tags are kind of pointless for the most part.
Couple things.
Yeah.
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
You can you probably not talking about this, but it seemed like maybe like you guys can see like what tags are most popular on your channel, like what tags like get people, like the tags that are most clicked that you used to get people to your channel. There's a thing on the analytics page for that.
The most successful tag you're using, yeah.
Yes, yeah. It's like retro is 40%, like 40%. Closed captions 22%. Swearing 15%.
Yeah. It would be nice to
it shows the order for my channel.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think capitalization matters, because in that list that I'm looking at right now, nothing is capitalized in that list. So I don't know if capitalization matters.
People in chat were saying it does.
Spelling matters, I know, but like capitalization, I'm not sure, because they are all lowercase in the tag.
In the
tags
tag.
use the list.
Okay. All right. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It's all good stuff though. The next, I think the second one I'm about to read is probably the biggest thing in this entire blog, but we'll go into it. The next one is data on the best days and times to stream in various games or categories to help you reach more viewers. This information is already out there on third-party sites. If they're bringing it first party so that streamers can see this, it's a big deal. That is a great way to see potential avenues to grow your stream. They're not avenues for success, but they could be. And so that's a good thing to have on our side. The next one is something that Twitch, since its inception, has had close to their chest and never let go. The fact that they're going to let go of it now is kind of, I wonder why. Audience retention data, so you can understand how you are engaging and retaining your viewers. Big deal. That is the number one stat that most websites on the internet use to gauge success. And we have never known on Twitch what our retention is for anything at all. So the fact that
is going to be
putting it out there is great.
Game changing.
Yeah.
Game changing for like figuring out like when is the best time to stream, like where my audience is from, how long they're watching, like where are their lulls. Maybe I could like fit a slower period here, there, or like I could plan content so much better with all that information.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone in my chat
Honestly,
says it's a new layer of anxiety. Yeah, pretty much.
Well, okay,
honestly, when you said you can see where they're lulls, like I didn't, lulls. I thought I was like the lulls, and I was like, yeah, I can see where I made everybody laugh. Look, right there.
For you, that'd be constant.
There you go. One second.
Oh, Dan, it's so nice to have you on this channel. Everybody just shits on me all the time, and God, I love you, Dan. You're the best.
I love you too, Zeke. You are better than you give yourself credit for.
Oh man, it's like being on the phone with my mom. It's so nice. So wholesome.
And she paid me $20.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
There it is. There it is.
Okay, bring it back around. All right. Was that too wholesome for JP? He had to get out.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I can't stand all this wholesomeness."
So with
this
the glasses
positivity
on,
shit, I'm out of here.
Sorry, I had to leave. That was just too positive for me.
There we go.
No, that dog was really begging to go outside, so I didn't want him to have an accident. I missed anything? Are we good? Can we move on?
Dan was really nice to Zeke. It was a great moment.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll watch the clip.
Oh,
if
wow.
you can find it.
If you can find it.
I was about
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me take my glasses off. It'll come across a little bit. I'll watch the clip.
You know what? I believe you might. No.
Exactly.
Actually more believable.
My powers of cynicism and jadedness come from the glasses, is what I've learned on this show.
Your focus object.
Yes, they're my focus object, exactly. What else is there? Helping you recognize and connect with the community, whether you're live or offline. We know that many of you want the ability to stay in touch with your community even when you aren't live. So we're excited to launch a messaging product that allows you to send video and clip messages targeted to your followers or subscribers while you're offline. When I read that the other day on my stream, when I read that the other day on my stream, I said two things, and chat said one thing as well. I said, that's kind of for a specific type of streamer, I feel. And secondly, everyone in chat was like, I will never watch a video that you send us.
They had that.
True.
They had the way to message subs back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, in the beginning of Twitch, they had Twitch messaging, and you can message all your subs. And that's how you got the word out, that because it wasn't a push notification. It was a personal message or a whisper or whatever to tell, like, it would send out, those messages telling people you were live.
Yeah.
And shit like that. I'm going to tell my chat right now that I am going to flood your fucking inboxes with so many goddamn clips. It's gonna be, you're gonna not want to watch. I'm kidding. I'm not going to use that feature.
Really hope that you want to see my butt from various angles. because you are in for a ride.
Yeah, it's true. What I mean,
check out my OnlyDans.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's
I think there are like, if you guys have a big stream coming up, would you utilize this? If you have there's a new game coming out, you're doing a big launch initiative around it for whatever reason, sponsor stream, whatever.
Absolutely.
Would you send a video or clip message to promote that, you think?
I'd probably just can you just take a clip off your stream?
I would assume.
I see no reason. It all depends on the delivery. It depends on the system. It depends on how it notifies people. Like, I think it could be really cool to announce big things coming up. Especially if you've been like promoting something for a long time and then a date changes
An
the last
announcement
minute or something.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, get people hyper stuff. If you do a huge giveaway and you're like, you want to make sure you guys know we're doing this big giveaway, be here to do it. Like there's lots of very cool things. Somebody in chat said that would really piss me off, to be honest. Well, okay, now I know who to target specifically.
Let me ask you this:
honestly, I would use it for charity. Like if I was doing a charity,
sure, yeah,
I would relegate it to charity.
God, Zeke's rewards for charity gonna be have me send a message to all my subscribers of your choosing.
Sure, write that one down. Yeah. I think it really comes down to, it depends what the streamer wants to use it for, right? Like at the end of the day.
And also, real talk, because that's a really good point. The guy that said, I would never want to receive a message from you. I would never use that message system if Twitch didn't give viewers a way to opt out of it.
Yeah.
Better yet, have them opt into it.
Yeah.
Don't have it on by default. So that way it's like no one's going to get a message that doesn't want it, which is important, because that's the last thing you want to do is have somebody give you money and then annoy the hell out of them when you don't even mean to. But yeah, have that system be opt-in. Let us have options in how it's delegated, how it's sent, that kind of stuff. That could be awesome. But if they're just going to half-ass it, and just, not do any of that stuff and throw it out there and not touch it for 5 years, then it's going to be kind of useless, to be honest.
Yeah, it'd be
unless you want to get your naughty bits out there.
It'd be great to have like one you just send having like a channel newsletter where you just like once a week send out, this is the games I'll be playing this week. This is their events are coming up,
whatever,
little schedule, put it there. Have a link to the schedule page on Twitch or something.
Yeah,
it'd be nice just in general to have a system like that.
Here's a follow-up question.
And then on your stream, you could be like, anyone who wants a weekly check-in with me of what I'm playing, go click on this button and enable your messages.
Subscribe to the newsletter. Yeah.
And only people that want
it right now.
Yes.
Here's the follow-up question: if a sponsor came to you and said, "Hey, as part of the sponsorship, we'll pay you whatever more. We'd love for you to send a message to your followers and subscribers that's talking about our new mouse," would you do it?
That is 100% between the streamer and how much they're willing to utilize their community for money.
Yeah.
It'd be different for every streamer.
Yeah.
I think in some cases, like let's take Zeke's community. Zeke's community is incredibly supportive of him being successful. So if he was on stream and he's like, "Hey, the sponsor approached me and said if I could send you all a message and give me more money," his community would probably be like, "Yeah, do it. Go ahead.
Let's do it." Yeah.
And then he'd do it with a picture of his butt and everyone would be happy. But so I mean,
yeah.
Absolutely. But there's also situations where I think that people would feel very taken advantage of if they weren't expecting something like that. If you didn't manage the expectation of like, if you sign up for this, there's a chance you might see some promo stuff, blah, blah, blah. So it's all depends on the community and the streamer.
I can already see, X streamer with 1 billion viewers sends a message to all followers about a new whatever controversial thing, NFT,
NFTs,
cryptocurrency, whatever. Right, like that would be a massive
DraftKings.
Whatever you want to put in there, you could see some issues with it pretty quickly.
It's definitely like it's a trust thing. Like I want my viewers to put their trust in me that I won't fucking bombard them.
You won't
with
do
shit.
that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Next bullet point: we're also building a Q&A tool. This one, I'm curious on Co's thoughts on this one. We're building a Q&A tool to allow you to take prompts from their audience with mod tools that will allow them to vet and approve the links before you show them on stream. Co, what do you think?
I think that's awesome. And I think that's something that streamers that utilize that stuff have been doing on their own in some ways, or having had their mods do in some ways. I don't do that. I don't take links and put them on stream. That's not the kind of content I make. But there are many streamers, some of them incredibly successful, where that is literally their content, is that kind of thing.
Sure.
So having a system Honestly, I'll be blunt. I'm very surprised Twitch is interjecting itself into this, because what this does is this moves the liability from the streamer to Twitch. Because if you use
vet
a
those
Twitch
links,
if
yeah.
you use a Twitch Q&A system
Fuck, that's
and
true.
then it approves it, and then something bad happens, that's on Twitch approving the link. You know what I mean? So frankly, I mean that's a big bit of
It's a pretty big legal
that's a
issue
pretty
for
big
sure.
legal, not necessarily legal issue.
It could
but
be. What if you
it could be absolutely.
phishing link? Yeah.
What if you accidentally put child porn on your stream in the end of a YouTube video that just got put up? Absolutely. I mean, that is an absolute legal issue.
Yeah.
But it's the kind of thing where we don't know if this tool would be just something the mods can use, or if it's the kind of thing where, oh, and for the record, what I just said, that stuff like that has happened on Twitch. Like we're hideous things have been put at the end of videos, and then the beginning is totally benign, and then all of a sudden you're watching some dude and animal do nefarious things. Shout out Forsen. So it's a kind of thing where it's that happens.
Yeah.
So it's, if there was a tool that would actually prevent that, then yeah, I mean that's big for Twitch to actually again try to wrestle that, because right now Twitch has that whole plausible deniability angle. Where they're like, hey, it's your content, your responsibility. But if there's like, here, use our tool. Now, the only thing I'm wondering is that the more I talk about this, the more I'm guessing this Q&A tool will just be a way for mods to check a link or something. Like viewers to submit a link that then the mods verify and then pass to the streamer.
Yeah,
I'm guessing it's going to be something
they
like
do
that.
say with mod tools. They explicitly state that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't.
Oh my God. If that's the case, my mods are gonna just they're gonna quit, dude. People are gonna be posting links like, can I post this? And then all my mods are gonna be looking like, oh God, I can't.
I need therapy.
Yeah.
I will say
Another lemon party.
Any motion, this is one of those features that benefits everyone, because obviously Twitch doesn't want that stuff on their platform. The streamers in most cases don't want that stuff on their platform unless they're trying to take a few day vacation.
Yeah.
And so it's that's just one of those good things all around.
Yeah. The reason I prompted Yuko about it, not thinking about the idea that it's kind of different, it's a lot different than what Utilize. You have the ability to just like pull chat messages up on your stream at any point, right?
Yes.
And so you kind of like have this built in a lot of ways. And a lot of streamers, do. It's not like specific to you, but
yeah, I pull chat on the stream, like if I'm answering a question or something like that. Right. This I think is more if somebody's like, hey, so and so, check out this YouTube video, or hey, look, this new news page just went up. I think it's that kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah. I could see benefits for it for sure, but it heavily moderated will definitely have to be something that occurs for this.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna not be a thing. That's when your content is the internet.
Yeah,
you always gotta be on your guard.
Yeah, exactly. Next section, doubling down on discovery improvements that help viewers discover new content. We will expand on our 2022 launch of customizable tags that let streamers describe their streams in their own words by building the back-end infrastructure to identify and collect streams related to the same topic, and feature these collections all over Twitch. We will also make these content collections browsable and persistent, which means you'll be able to find the communities of streamers who stream using a custom tag with a fixed URL.
That's kind of exactly what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm curious. So
so wait, they'd have to moderate it then.
So that
are they seriously going to build a system
tags,
like this?
Yeah.
They just used the term speed running. So what happens when speed running gets filled up with all the top hot tub streamers? Are they seriously just not going to do anything about it?
Well, that's a different kind of speed running.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Dan's followed me.
Yeah.
He's picking up what I'm putting down here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's, are they really going to build this whole tech and then
we have one right
let
here.
It get like okay, I'll tell you right now. The VTuber category will probably be 10% VTubers. Are they going to do anything about that?
So
it's going to become a featured category for sure.
Twitch employee by the name of Ron just linked this. It's a long URL, but I'm going to read it. This is what they mean by fixed URLs. Twitch.tv/directory/collection/speedrun-challenge-run. And that is what comes up with this.
Well, look at that. And already scroll down a little bit.
That was cool. Like if they could figure out ways to like, it kind of reminds me of when they did creative back in the day. They had like a collection of channels that were all doing the same thing that don't get a ton of viewers on their own. You group them together and put them up towards on a collection. It could be cool. It just entirely depends on how they implement it.
There was a thing that I had a communities thing page or whatever.
Yeah.
And like anything like was like it wasn't a tag thing, but it was anybody who ran under, or was it a tag thing?
I'm not sure.
Hold up, man. That's awesome.
So there's when tags were not customizable. Before tags were customizable, you could search. Like I would have like I had like 4 of them. I had like Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, whatever, and speedrunning, and I could just click on that and see who was doing these things.
Yeah.
Zeke, there's an entire one for indie games.
Yeah, it's indie game time, Zeke. How is this?
That's cool.
Sorted.
The T not being capitalized bothers me.
Yeah, it's kind of messed with me. Ron also says this is on front page.
That's fun, man. So wait, it's done by game category? It's not done by...
I think it's by whatever... Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm wondering if... Because like this right here is just a bunch of different indie games.
Ron, I can't believe you would do this, Ron. Now you have to define what's indie as a company.
Oh, great. Yeah, Ron.
Oh,
we can get the official designation whenever you've decided.
RimWorld, okay. No Man's Sky, that's indie.
I don't know.
Dead by Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice? Really? Who owns that? Not an indie company. That's who.
Yeah, interestingly enough, just for instance, browsing through the speedrun category, there's already tons of streams in here that I'm mousing over that have nothing to do with speedrunning.
Really? Okay. I wasn't looking that closely, but I got down to like the 90s viewership.
No, there are definitely some absolutely, but other people are just playing games and chilling.
Okay.
How are these like chosen? Like is it just Twitch, a tag or is it just an algorithm?
Yeah.
I don't know. That might not be an answer we have at the moment. Ron, don't answer that. I'm helping you out here, Ron.
How good the algorithm
because I click on one of the streams and then I click on the indie tab or tag, excuse me.
Yeah.
And it's not exactly the same.
Is what we're seeing there? It could be different. Very well could be.
Let me just make sure here.
Don't forget to hydrate, homies.
Good answer, Ron. He says, I don't know, not my department. There you go, Ron.
We're going to go ahead and say that's the official Twitch statement on indie games. So Twitch, how do you define an indie? We don't know.
Ron,
we just stream them.
Not my department.
Ron's never coming back to this show. He's just
they're not the same. Yeah, they're not the same things. There's some of the same ones, but not the same thing. So it must be like some sort of algorithm or whatever that puts them into that indie page rather than the tag page.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. The last bullet point. We're introducing a new discovery feature on mobile that will allow viewers to seamlessly scroll through a feed of recommended channels and clips with ease. It's perfect for viewers who are looking to discover new streamers when they only have a few minutes to spare.
You know, we really should have read this first.
I know. We had a whole discussion about this.
Well, it's great. Now it has context of why that's great.
Now we got a name for it. It's Twitch Talk.
It is. They're going to have to.
They're making Twitch Talk.
Yeah.
Someone on Twitch is watching this and they're like, hurry, get it.
Get to the end. Shut up and
the lawyer.
Keep reading.
Yeah. As someone, for whatever reason, I browse a lot of, I do a lot of TikToking, whatever the verb is. So I will definitely utilize this to see what it is, to see how it works.
I think the verb version is wasting time.
I waste a lot of time. Here's how
okay, boomer.
This is how much time I browse TikTok for. I get the TikToks that if you browse for a while that say, hey, you've been browsing TikTok for a while. Are you sure you don't want to go to sleep?
Really? It does that?
Those are actual TikToks that do exist when you browse for a while.
gonna be honest. I might check out the talk every now and then, but I've not seen that.
It takes. I don't know what the time limit is, but I've seen that multiple times, and then I just quickly scroll past them.
The thing that I've noticed ever since I started using TikTok is it is really surprising how many memes on other platforms come from TikTok. Like,
oh yeah.
Why? Like, yep. I feel strangely more plugged into the memology aspect of life now that, because most of them originate on TikTok,
yeah,
to some degree, or at least quickly spread between those to there. So
absolutely, yeah. TikTok's a wild beast for sure. Anyways, it's listening now, so let's move on.
Let's do it.
And well, okay, discovery seems to be an important thing. Bring back hosting. Bring it back. Give it back.
God, yeah.
Discovery. Yeah. I don't want to raid. I don't want to necessarily
really
raid a channel. Like, I want hosting was so easy. I just go /host and put someone on. Yeah. And usually it was someone who probably not most of my community might not know or something like that I like.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And raiding is just so like it's more labor intensive than I want after I'm done streaming.
Yep.
Because I feel like I've got to stick around. Whereas a host, they just know, like, hey, thanks for the host. You know, a raid seems like interactive, and I don't fucking want to do that. I want to go have dinner.
Yeah. At the very least, let us just host events like esports and AGDQ.
God, yes,
stuff,
please.
100%. So we can have a sub chat.
Or Microsoft press events. I was traveling last week, and like
please.
I wanted so much to just bring up my laptop and host in the channel and then watch the Microsoft thing with everyone on my channel. But instead, I had to just sit there watching on my phone.
Yeah,
and it was very weird.
We've all heard I think most of the arguments for like why they took away with it and whatnot, but like just change it then. Just make it so you can do it for like exactly what Ko was just saying, for like events. So when we're not live, we can't co-stream it. We can at least like /watch along or fucking /watch. I don't know, whatever stupid name you guys haven't used yet. It is it's very frustrating when we can't do exactly what just Ko said, and even exactly what Zeke was saying. Like /rating is just. It's so much more of an active thing. And like
it felt very much like with rating and hosting, we had more tools to deal with more situations, and we just arbitrarily had one of our tools removed. Which of course, I mean, the important thing to remember is that in a perfect world, Twitch always wants a stream running on your computer. Right. Because a live stream means that more ads are being played. That's right. So, the rating encourages that. So, it feeds into that, not quite as much as hosting.
Right.
I think honestly, it might have something to do with the language of it. Like a raid is something you do. A host is not that. A host is here's my viewers, right? So just change the wording. Change it to host, and then if people want to raid, that'll be up to the streamer to do the raid thing. Because a raid sounds like something that is active, that is, interactive. Just change the word to host, do exactly the same thing. And then if the streamer wants to put raid in the, have their channel do like a raid thing, raid call, whatever, that's fine. Let them do it.
Yeah.
But I think the language we've been using for years brings up the idea of what a raid is. And I think once we change that, it'll be just like hosting.
I was actually curious, and I Googled why did Twitch remove hosting? And I guess in an official FAQ following host mode's removal, Twitch stated that host mode was, quote, failing to meet users' expectations of interacting with hosted channels, requiring the hosting channel to continue moderating their own chat and which limited the channel's growth.
How about we decide that?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of these times,
I feel like that's to be honest, that's a cop out answer.
Do you feel like the answer is just like, yeah, we removed hosting because you can't run ads?
Yeah, they're trying to. It sounds like they're trying to find like some way that we'll like attach to where there's really not much more than like they just want ads to be playing on it, or we couldn't figure out a way to like get ads to work properly, or we don't want to develop a way to let someone know that they're in the wrong chat. We just want to like rather get rid of it than try to develop more onto it.
Yeah.
If
that
you
might have been
hosted a channel and they ran ads, would you see the ads?
I don't know.
It's like
I don't
Because
know
the
how that
answer,
works.
Kinda like
if the
an
answer
embed?
is if the answer is no, then that's the answer to all of our questions right now.
Yeah, 100%. My chat is saying that a hosted stream did get ads.
Well, that's even weirder.
Or,
Now,
or
if you,
a stream that was hosted, the hosting channel got ads. I think
if
is what
you
they're saying.
host a channel, if you hosted a channel and then that person raided another channel or logged off, would the host move to the new channel?
Say that again.
I think if not, then that's probably the answer to the question.
If you host
Chat-
a channel and they
chat
go
saying
The chat is saying
offline,
no.
Chat's
Okay.
saying
you
no,
don't host.
yeah.
You stop hosting.
So there's-
yes.
So that's probably, you have to think if somebody raids or raids are opt out currently, correct?
Yes.
So
Yes.
if somebody raids a channel, if the raid chain continued in perpetuity, then theoretically someone would not need to be in front of their computer, and they would get all the ads. They'd constantly be moving channels. They'd constantly be going through stuff. So I think that's the goal for Twitch. They want to make it as hands off as possible. Have it so you're always watching live content running ads.
Yeah.
So they
would
limited. They
make
took away
sense.
hosting, so that would happen.
Might be the case.
But I will say, knowing that's probably the reason, and have them say, "No, we took away hosting because of you.
Yes.
We want your metrics to be." It's just like, guys, come on.
Yes. Kind of.
You think you want
And-
hosting, but you don't.
That's just,
For those of you saying, for those of you saying like it would go to the next person in your list. I didn't have a list. I didn't have an auto host list,
Oh, okay.
so
Yeah.
it would unhost. You had, I mean, if you had a list set up, sure, it would go to the next person on your list if that was live. But I didn't have that, so it would just shut. It would say like the person you have hosted has gone offline. It would actually have a chat message in my chat saying, "Person you have hosted has gone offline. Unhosting now."
Yeah. Yeah.
Or something of that nature.
It's true. All right, let's talk games. Dan,
Yes.
gonna talk a little Dead Space. I'm leaving to go let the dog in. It's not because you're
God
talking
damn you.
Dead
Mhm.
Space. I'm just.
I was gonna go
JP,
pee.
JP,
Go,
JP,
go,
could
go.
you please say that without the glasses?
I'm leaving to go let my dog in. I'll be right back.
Now
That's so
that
much
dude,
more
I'd buy insurance from that guy.
believable.
Isn't Dead Space the camera above me?
Oh shit! Oh,
You know, I'm reminded of a line from Squidbillies when he said, "Working with me, fire and ice, fire and ice." He cooled you down earlier,
yeah.
and then he just oh,
I had to balance
I
out
tell
the
ya.
force there. I had to even it out.
Jeez, yeah.
Well, Dan
Wow.
is a very compliment sandwich kind of a guy. He complimented me heavily. Hit me with a couple. I'm waiting for the other piece of bread, the other compliment bread that's coming probably later on in the show.
You'll get some more bread later. Don't worry. I'm
Oh.
just keeping you on your toes. You never know when it's going
Because
to come.
you broke me down pretty good. Anyway, Dan, how's the Dead Space remake? Because I haven't touched it yet because I haven't touched any other games besides CD-ROMs this month.
We've gotten lots of remakes in our time, but this was the first remake that I felt not only remade the base game, but also changed it in a lot of ways that really made it feel modern. Like they took the original game, you would play through a level, go to the tram, load the next level, then keep repeating that like over and over again. But they decided to take all the levels, merge it into one level, and you can take the tram between levels, go back to levels, and they also added spaces between the levels that weren't there originally. They added more cutscenes. They've added more story context. And overall, it feels like what we've always wanted in a remake is where you actually make it again, but make it better than it was. And I feel that this remake finally hit that. It was up there with the Resident Evil 2 remake, where it was like, you have all the same beats there, but there's more to it. And it felt even better because everything they added felt like it could have been in the original. And not to mention just graphically stunning. The lighting effects, the darkness adds so much to the horror element to make it actually more frightening than the original ever was.
Now,
I think this
I
is
didn't have-
a new standard for remakes.
I didn't have a ton of complaints about the first one. It's really fun, really great. The only thing that I felt, and I understand why they did it, but it seems like in this one, and correct me if I'm wrong, do you feel as plotting like when in your walk cycle? Does it feel like you're just like, ugh, fuck? Because that was the one detraction from the game that I was like, ugh, I don't much care for that. Give me a little bit more speed. And did they do that or not?
One thing in this is that they modernize all the controls and movement, which ironically makes the game a lot easier than it was originally. Because the game was quite hard because the controls were a bit awkward and you move kind of slow, you aim kind of slow. With all that fixed, the game gets a lot easier, and most people are not having much difficulty on hard mode. But it just feels so tight and so good. I just hope that they do another one. They take that into consideration when they're balancing the enemies and the ammo and stuff. But it feels great. If you thought the first one felt like you're walking around with numb legs and arms trying to aim at stuff, they fix all that and it feels really good.
Okay. Okay.
Overall, I'm just in love with it. It is.
Everyone's speaking very highly of it.
Yeah, like it's good when it looks like what your mind remembers it looking like. Because
that's
what
a
we
good point.
thought it was back in the day. We thought it looked like this, but it actually now just looks like what we dreamed of it when we were playing it back in the day.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Co.
Okay, I was just going to say, I couldn't agree more with everything Dan has said, and I definitely want to echo, kind of going back to what Zeke said. I remember this game on harder difficulty when I was younger being much more difficult. Like it was pretty brutal. But it's because not only were you playing against the game, but a lot of times you were playing against the controls or against the camera in tight corners and things like that. I've been playing on hard mode. I definitely don't remember where everything is. I have not died yet, and I'm like way over halfway through the game at this point.
Are you like
it is
quote unquote
so
over
much,
leveled, or is it just that
no,
much easier?
not at all. It's just it's so much more easy to control. It's more intuitive. Everything is snappier. Also, they made it so weapons can be upgraded further, and they actually get like secondary effects and things like that. So, I mean, the game is not necessarily easier than it was, but it is far easier to interface with than it was. And I feel like a lot of that difficulty in the past came from the more kind of heavy, just like Zeke was saying, that heavy feeling where you're like kind of like almost underwater at
tank
times.
Controls
You're trying to make sure. Yeah. Absolutely. But now it's like you aim down, you're going to quickly aim exactly where you want to. Fine adjustments are easy. You can target those limbs and just blast them right off. And it feels so good. And again, going back to what Dan said, what's so impressive about this remake is everything feels better. The world is more immersive, graphics are better, the soundscape is better, the layout is better. There's more of all the important stuff. Everything that you remembered looks just a little bit better, if not like touched completely. There's entire new like cutscenes that add to the exposition, and in some cases, like characters will contact you that just didn't before. And it's super, super impressive. I'm only on chapter 6, and I have been absolutely loving every minute of it. I was going to do Dead Space 2 and 3 afterwards, but now I'm sitting here like, dude, if they're going to give this treatment to 2, if they're going to give this treatment to 2, I want to wait. Like, holy shit, man. It's great.
Does the difficulty being lowered because of the improvement of just everything, seemingly, does that make the game less scary? Like,
no.
Do you feel because of the power that you have?
The power, it's a little bit easier to stay alive, but you still absolutely have to fight for it.
Okay.
But the presentation is so much better. The shadows, the darkness, the way that the light plays in levels, the sound effects. The fact that a lot of times, like, yeah, you can move a little bit quicker, but a lot of times it feels like enemies need to move a little bit quicker or get to move a little bit quicker as well.
Yeah.
So it is very much balanced around a horror experience, and you get a horror experience. I would say this one's actually scarier than the old one because the presentation is so much more advanced.
Well, did you talk about the system at all that they've included to where like the jump scares are procedurally generated or something like that?
They added a system that dynamically chooses from 1,200 events that could happen randomly at any point in the game.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter.
Playthrough and everyone's playthrough will be a little bit different because something will happen,
No
like
kidding.
the power will go out, or a creature will spawn in one playthrough but not another, or the creatures might be different in a room, and that can like make things quite a bit different for each person.
That I think is like incredible. Like that
amazing.
That's so good.
it makes it's fucked up for people like me who watch the streams to be like, all right, I know where that jump scare's at because I don't know where the jump scares are now.
Oh, someone just brought up a great point in my chat too. That's going to make it very interesting for speedrunning.
True. Yeah, that is actually a good point. I wonder if they'll have like a post game support to toggle
like
it out.
Imagine if one of those random events is when one of those tentacles attacks you and you have to do the quick time event to blast the tentacle off. That's like an extra 34 seconds.
Yeah.
Like even if you could do it at the fastest level, that's going to be wild, man. That's cool.
I mean, I watch a ton of speedruns and of all kinds of different shit, and the intuitive or the ingenuity of the speedrunners, like they can manipulate RNG. Like I mean, they got people looking at the code going like, okay, you got to step here, 1 step back, 3 steps to the left, and then this tentacle won't come out.
Yeah, to manipulate it. Yeah, true.
Yeah,
it could add to it. Yeah, could be cool. Any negatives? Like I've seen overwhelming praise for this. So like, what are the bad parts of it?
I haven't seen it, but there are definitely some people suffering from some technical issues. Even on some really good machines, there are apparently some shader issues that can make some specific areas stutter, which is super unfortunate. It's not really pervasive. I mean, it's obviously, not bad enough to not play it, but there do seem to be some technical limitations, that are worth noting.
I saw
There's a
also
couple of
like
game-breaking bugs.
Really? Was that some of the PS5 stuff I saw floating around, or is that just across
PC
the board?
Too.
Okay.
Some people are getting bugs where something won't spawn, and if you reload, it still doesn't spawn, and the only way to get it to spawn is to start a new game. There's this battery in one level that just sometimes doesn't spawn for people, and if it doesn't spawn, you can't finish the game. You're just stuck. So they have to patch that before they can get through it.
Got it.
I don't know if that's the chapter 6 bug I was talking about, but numerous people told me to save right when you get to the start of chapter 6, because apparently there's a game-breaking bug there as well. Enemies can fall through the floors and go through walls every so often.
Has that happened a lot situations for you or no?
For me, I had one enemy stuck in a wall, and it was not by any means a game. The way that they can become game-breaking is if an enemy falls through a floor, gets stuck in the wall, and it's one of those situations where you have to kill every enemy for a door to unlock or something. And then it's a huge issue.
Sure.
But that's not always the case. A lot of times you're just running around and enemies spawn. And if it happens, then it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Also, I had somebody in chat saying that their New Game Plus doesn't work. If they open up New Game Plus, their character appears on a box in a white room and nothing happens. so
make your own game. Start building.
The real horror.
It's Isaac made it to heaven.
Yeah, Isaac, he got a little too crazy for the game.
Real horror is your imagination.
Oh no!
Man.
But no, that being said, so to drum it down to one thing, there are some tech issues. That seems to be the prevailing bad part of the game. In terms of the actual content, though, people just seem to love it.
Yeah, I've like I said, I've seen pretty much universal praise, both from everyone, streamers, chatters, Twitter users, reviews. It's just across the board.
One other thing that people have been mentioning a lot, and it's all personal opinion. Some people feel that since it's a remake of an old game, it shouldn't be a full price game. Some people are having issue with it being full price, but I feel personally that they've done so much more than just remastering and taking the old game that it does deserve to be a full price, because it's there's so much more content here that wasn't in the original, and it looks and works so good.
What are they charging for this? Is it
a full price, 60 for new?
Oh yeah, and 70 on PS5.
70
it's 70 on next gen. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's expensive. So yeah, and that brings up the question: is it worth it? This game is one of those things where it's quality over quantity. It's the same reason I'd recommend BioShock Infinite. It's not by any means the longest game, but the time you spend in it is really solid.
10, 15
hours?
You've
never...
How long?
I've heard it's between 10 and 15, and there's a New Game Plus with a secret ending, if you do want to go for that.
Got it.
And so that being said... Oh, go ahead.
And there's some more side quests that weren't in the original game. That have you going back to old areas and getting more stuff that add an extra couple hours if you do them all.
Cool. Yeah.
So it's the kind of situation where if you've never played Dead Space, I would say this game is absolutely worth it. It is a super well-made, super solid, awesome horror adventure experience. But it is the kind of thing where if you have played Dead Space like 5 times before, keep in mind you're getting 90% of that game just looking a lot better with some extra enhancements. So if it's the kind of thing where you're not really excited about it, or you didn't really like it, for instance, if you didn't really like the original Dead Space, I don't know if this game will sell you on it. Kind of, it may not be worth it for you in that case.
Okay. Graphically, like I'm super interested in just knowing not necessarily how it performs, but how it looks at like higher resolutions. It looks fantastic. I've heard like the lighting in this is basically could be current gen. It's not a remake. It's just like this is a current gen looking game. Like,
oh yeah, it is a current gen.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
it's gorgeous.
That's
it's
why I want to check
gorgeous.
it out. Is I've just seen so many different videos, watch streams like this of the lighting just being immaculate and doing really cool things that you haven't really seen before.
It's
so I might
very dark. Like it is a dark game. Like that's what scares you the most is like an enemy will come out of the complete darkness where your flashlight isn't, and it sneaks up on you, and that's where you get scared or something can catch you off guard.
Okay.
Strongly recommend turning on 3D audio in the settings, as it is very well done. And the sound setting in this game is horrifying.
Yeah.
It is not only great in terms of the enemies and stuff, but there's this constant like whispering voices, and like you can hear enemies like crawl above you and over you through the ducts. And yeah, somebody in chat said, is this game scary enough for people who are not fond of horror games? Yes. There are jump scares in this game. You're constantly on edge. It is a frightening game. It is, the whole immersive elements are all based around horror, and it works.
And if you're a scaredy pants, they have multiple difficulties that can make it more like an action game where it's hard to die. You have lots of extra ammo where you can just go through and blast the enemies and have fun that way.
Now, this being said, we do need to mention there's some accessibility options in this game.
Yeah.
And there is a toggleable option that says hide disturbing content.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if when the game starts, a black box gets put over everything and it just doesn't go away until the end of the game.
It just says play a different game.
my chat's saying gore. Like, do they remove?
Yeah, there's like
maybe
suicide scenes and
I would love it if there was just
that kind of
like
stuff.
you start up the game and then it has like a door that's always locked in every other game, but if you turn on that option, you go in that door and it's a ship and it just has one line. It says nuke it from orbit ?
There you go.
Chat is also saying there's a content warning setting. Did you?
I like this. Yeah. Somebody says high disturbing content is what makes you spawn in that white room. That's people thought it was a bug, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I guess there's a content warning setting because there's a scene with a character that an NPC performs an action, so they kind of have like a trigger warning, I guess, for that.
Yeah,
I think just a lot of people probably remember that scene.
Yeah,
right when you walk into the medical bay the first time, the doctor and patient behind the glass.
Yeah,
I could see how that would be a pretty triggering scene for the right person. Absolutely,
it's cool they added that.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I wonder how they do it. I wonder if it's like if they blur it out or if they just skip it. Yeah.
I believe there's an option too. You can skip that scene if you don't want to see it. Like they'll remove those characters from the room so you won't see them.
Yeah.
Interesting. Slippage in my chat says you get a warning before the scene shows up, and it describes the scene that's about to happen, and it will also hide the scene but still play the audio if chosen.
Oh, it goes even further. But
that's a lot of accessibility.
Hearing the audio though might be worse. Just not, because then it's up to your imagination. I don't know. I guess people can make their own. Yeah, it might be. It's rough regardless. Yeah, that is a lot of accessibility though. I guess they when the game's like set in stone, you can kind of do all that type of stuff. Anyways, Dead Space, thumbs up, I think, across the board from both Cole and Dan. Super huge fans.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, man. Especially for first time players.
Now,
awesome for first time players.
I just out of curiosity, was the other remakes that we've talked about, like that are really, really good, like Resident Evil 2 and stuff like that, were they also full price when they released?
I want to say
I mean full price, like 60, whatever.
I think so, yeah.
Resident Evil 2. Oh well, now it's $10, so that's not really good.
I believe they both
only
were.
$10?
I know Demon Souls was, and Resident Evil all the remakes have been full price.
It was 4 years ago. Oh my god!
No.
Resident Evil might have
Stop
been
reading
50.
that, Co. I don't want to know how long ago this shit was.
I didn't realize it.
You are
Resident Evil 2
banned
remake
from
was 4
talking
years
about
ago.
what these games came out. Stop it.
RE4, I think, is going to be a 70.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
it makes sense. Like, it's Capcom, right? These people that release Monster Hunter Rise 4 times, right? Like, it.
I was just making sure,
Track
like,
record.
this is not like a new thing. This is precedent. Like, everybody, like, the big name remakes get full priced.
Yeah. Dan, I will continue with you. One of the reasons I really wanted to have you on the show, apart from your incredible positivity towards Zeke, which I don't want to hear about anymore, is you are one of the few people that I know that has finished Forspoken.
Let me go.
Yes.
And this game was it was the talk of Twitter for a couple days. Still kind of is. There's a lot of things about this game, I guess is the best way to say it. How was Forspoken for you?
It's been quite some time since I've seen such a game get so much love and positivity and praise and chat and Twitter and everywhere. It was just
AP, did you say Forspoken?
heartwarming.
Is that what he's talking about?
Heartwarming to see all this. Just
Dan, not Dead
love
Space.
for
Not
this
Dead.
game.
This is Forspoken.
Oh, Forspoken. Oh, oops. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
This game, it felt mostly like we are experimenting with some tech that we want to put in another game, but we want to like make a game to like test this because this is made by the same team that made Final Fantasy 15.
Using the
and you
same
can
engine,
feel
right?
That,
like it's
yeah, I think it's the same engine.
Yeah, the
Just
Luminous
slightly
engine
updated.
or whatever.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it, but it felt like there wasn't a lot of the combat system. Very fun. It was really cool if you like being a wizard or dealing with magic. Very, very cool. I think is the part that carries the game for me. Let me finish it was that the combat was just so much fun to run around and kill 100 zombies, break zombies with fire and earth magic. But they it takes a while to unlock all the schools of magic, and they start you with the most boring one, which is the earth magic right off the bat. The main character is kind of polarizing. She's the kind of hero that doesn't want to be a hero, and she makes it very clear that she doesn't care about it. She doesn't want to be the hero, and that put a lot of people off because she doesn't really care about the story too much because she doesn't want to be there. She just wants to go home. But overall, I felt that the
does
world
that
was
change at all? Like, does her demeanor? Because the start of the game, I played. I did a sponsored stream for it. I think Co's doing one later. Like, we played I played 1 or 2 hours, and like she's very like chip on her shoulder, dismissive. Like her general demeanor is exactly what you said.
I didn't like her.
Yeah. Well, because you played the demo, right?
I played the demo, and it got to the point where I turned off the dialogue between them because it's just like it felt very derivative.
Yeah,
I think it's a good way to say. Like it felt like it was edgy just for the sake of being edgy. It didn't really feel like realistic or anything like that.
Lot of F-bombs from
a lot of random F-bombs. It was so strange, like for no reason. She would just slide in an F-bomb like not
sorry, I was getting Don. What the fuck are we talking about?
For small spoiler, cover your ears. I'll thumbs up after I say it.
Spoilers.
Small spoiler.
Oh, okay.
After she finds out that she is from this place, then she cares about it. Then she's all like happy and going.
Okay.
So there is a change of heart at some point.
Makes sense.
Towards the very end. Very, very close to the end.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, so if you don't like her at the beginning, it's going to be a very long time before you ever like her, if you ever do, because she's an unlikable character. A lot of people.
I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it as much as people minded on. Like people on Twitter were like, "This fucking." I had someone in my chat, join the stream and say, "I hope by the end of this game, this character dies."
Wow.
like people feel very. I can't believe Zeke was on his alt account saying such things. But people were very, very.
What are you talking about? It clearly states that this is not Zeke.
People were very extreme about their dislike for this character. I didn't. For me, it was the same, and this has been a very widely drawn comparison, very widely used, I should say. it seemed very much like a Marvel character that dropped F-bombs, right? Like it's the same type of dialogue.
I think it
Snarky,
was
snappy commentary all the time.
There was a game developer on Twitter that posted that it's the same type of Marvel thing that like Spider-Man will do when he's commenting about how ridiculous his own situations are.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Otto Octavius, really? Like how they kind of make fun of their own world as a trope. That's basically what she's doing. She gets brought into the fantasy world, and then the world she's in become the genre that she's been sucked into becomes the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because the game devs were talking about, like, does that kind of ruin immersion? Like, is that like a lot of people may not like that because, you know, they're playing the game because they like the fantasy setting, but here the main character is just constantly bashing about how stupid and unrealistic it is.
Right.
And it's kind of like,
and I can see that side of it for sure.
And to me, it's not a bad game. It's just not a great game either. It's just like an average. It's playable. You can get through it. You can have some fun. Some people really like the combat and the story and stuff, and that's great. I just think most people will just find it pretty, as the Zoomers say, mid. It's pretty mid.
Right.
It's like right in the middle.
That's I've seen that said a lot. It's the phrase, this game, it's the type of game that doesn't get made anymore. Right? It's where it's just like, it's a perfect 7 out of 10. It is the definition for a 7 out of 10 game for a lot of people. And
Very
that
average.
I can like agree with for sure.
Yeah. Like it's fun to explore the open world. It's like it's a big open world. It's lots of stuff to see, but it's, you know, the same like open world formula we've seen in 10 other games. You know, like you have like a fort of enemies, a dungeon, random dungeon, you know, that kind of stuff. And none of it's like spectacular, but it's not bad either. It's just sort of like an okay game.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, as chat's pointing out, the reason that they have an issue with it being a 7 out of 10 is that they're charging $80 for it.
Yeah.
that I feel is the biggest issue.
It's a fair price. That's a very fair point.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said fair price for a second.
Yeah, I thought you were getting
Yeah. You pedaled that back pretty quick. That's a fair price. What are you talking about?
No.
Yeah. That I think is where, you know. Yeah, it has that going against it for sure. Is the fact that
my
it is that
personal
price.
score for it was like a 6 out of 10. Not just pretty middle of the road, enjoyable because of the combat.
Yeah, I thought.
Now here's a question I have for you, Dan.
Yes.
6 out of 10, but you did finish it. So was the combat engaging enough to carry it? Did you finish it? Were you like, man, that was pretty okay? Or when you finished it, were you like, man, I wish I could get those hours back in my life?
The combat was fun enough for me to want to, and the story was interesting enough just for me to want to see it to the end. And the world was just a little bit dull and bland and gray, but it wasn't. The combat carried it for me and made me go, "Oh, this is okay. I'll get to the end of this." And it's not super long either.
How long did it take you?
About a 10 to 12 hour game. And depending on how, there's like 40 plus hours of side content in the open world. But again,
is the side content any good, or is it just?
Yeah, how is it?
Ubisoft stuff, like clear a fort, go open this thing, collect treasure chests. Nothing we haven't seen before.
Okay.
And you get some more tools to like explore areas you couldn't originally, that little Zelda style, but nothing amazing.
Got it. I'm skipping ahead trying to get past the story content here.
Did you play on PC or PS5?
I had to play on PS5.
Damn. Oh. So we all did.
Yep.
God damn it.
Yep.
I'm
PS5
doing
version's not bad
tonight. I'm doing the. I guess you guys both did the sponsored look at it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm doing that tonight, and they were like PS5. You're playing on PS5.
You got to play on PS5.
Okay.
And playing the PS5 version never felt like I was missing out on too much compared to the PC version. The PC version definitely looks and runs better.
Did you play?
Yeah.
Favorite performance or whatever on PS5?
Yeah, performance mode.
Okay.
It's a pretty solid 60 on performance mode most of the time.
Yeah. I have seen the PC streams and they seem to run fine. And from my perspective, it looked a lot better just graphically. Because I'm sure that PS5 version has to be like,
it's like 1080p and the PC's 4K. So you definitely see that in the textures and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was a little bit peeved when they're like, yeah, you got to do PS5. But that's marketing. They have a Square Enix, PlayStation,
something with Sony. I don't know. It's console exclusive.
I was actually
I don't remember. Somebody on Twitter also. I was following along my timeline. I don't remember who it was though, but they were apparently having big problems getting the game to even open on PC.
really
So yeah, they did eventually get it working. I don't know how, but
okay.
there was a time they didn't know if they were going to be able to play the game because it was an opening problem.
Wow.
Steam version did get review bombed for not being optimized, people having lots of problems playing it.
Oh, on like the Steam review thing. What is it actually? I haven't looked at that. What is it like?
Well, there's a lot of hate for this game where there's a lot of review bombing. So it's hard to trust those things anymore. But
yeah, it's currently at mixed.
It's currently mixed.
2,300 reviews. Yeah,
about 55%. So it's about what I would say that's 6 out of 10.
Yeah. Marketing budget for this game very high. Just in watching different, I was watching some sports, watching just random TV, just nonstop ads. I saw like an ad almost every fucking break. I saw an ad for this game. So they are definitely trying to get the marketing out there. And I don't know, like, seems kind of weird.
This is Square Enix.
Square
right?
Enix, yeah.
Do they have a publisher, or are they self-publishing?
Well, it's PlayStation only, so that's where the marketing I think is. They're for it says like only on PlayStation type deal at the end of the ad, and then like the PlayStation logo. So I think PlayStation's just pushing it right now, because like apart from this and I guess Last of Us, which has done well sell wise since the show started, I don't think they really have like a big game at the moment, and so that's where the marketing funds are going to.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, just a bit of a side note, but Phil Spencer was out talking about how game releases in 2022 were a little thin, but we're going to change that in 2023.
I saw that interview. Like, yeah.
Sony has left the room. That's the last thing they want to hear at this point.
Yeah.
But, kind of wild.
So that's Forspoken. The Twitter conversation has gotten. I think it's like dying down at this point. I think most people have moved on.
They're moved on to new things.
Yeah. But Dan, you say 6 out of 10. Took about 10 to 15 hours. Played PS5 version. I never saw this. Is this like a random creature that you run into or a boss?
There are lots of these dungeons around the map. They're all like 4 or 5 fights back to back in the samey kind of looking rooms. So there's not a lot to explore in them. It's just mostly a hallway. And then there's like a little mini boss at the end of each one of them.
Seems like a lot of HP on that thing.
Yeah.
What difficulty were you on?
I was on the hardest difficulty, which makes everything kind of a bullet spongy. It gets better once you get stats, but it takes a long time to get stats and a lot of grinding. But eventually you do get strong even on hard. But
okay.
Do you recommend hard?
If you plan on you can turn it up later. So maybe just like start on normal, and then when you get stronger, just then up it if you start getting easy. But I recommend, like just normal, probably for most people. Hard's not really worth the damage sponginess of it.
Cool. I will say, from everything that I read, the demo that you played, where they just kind of throw you in, is pretty deep in the game, and so you have a lot of things that you won't have early on, and so
that's one of the reasons I was actually willing to try it again, because like I liked the gameplay. I really didn't like the world and the story and the characters. They just didn't do anything for me. But there were tons of abilities in the demo. Like you had like 2 or 3 different wheels with like abilities all around the outside.
Yeah, I heard there's a lot.
I didn't really know what I was doing. So I was like, maybe if you play it from the beginning, it's a little bit more like intuitive. Like you can get down
that
like
is the fun part of the game
stuff and things like. Yeah, okay.
The spells and stuff is fun, and weaving them and figuring out what abilities to combine with what is very fun. That's what carried me to the end, was just figuring all that out.
Yeah, and I does like graphically. Does it look cool? Because like the one issue I had is kind of what we're seeing here. I felt like a lot of times they just put a color filter on everything, and like this is the purple color filter.
Yeah.
Earlier in the dragon fight, we saw that there's a blue filter. Like it's very
exactly
filtery, and I hate that. Like it's. I feel like I'm playing Gears of War, except there's no like.
Most of the world is very gray and brown. It's very gray.
God, okay.
It's not pretty for most of it.
Huh. Okay.
And you get a color filter in dungeons and stuff. It's not the most pretty game.
Yeah, that was my issue initially. Like graphically, is it just it wasn't super stunning for a game that.
There's like rooms like this where you're like, that's cool.
That's cool.
It looks like the makers from Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed, yeah. Because when the game first showed, it was kind of like a graphical, like the engine was the biggest allure of it. The moving fast, the like getting around and seeing the open world, very like Warframey, I think is what we all likened it to when they first showed the game.
The parkour system is fun too. The like running around and diving and jumping and grappling. The movement's fun. It's in the combat is all about using that system while fighting, trying to dodge and duck and weave and get spells in.
Yeah. Cool. All right. That's the old Forspoken. Zeke, before I do want to talk some Hi-Fi Rush, because I think I'm the only person that played it, but you've been doing CD-ROM-a-thon. Have you touched anything outside of CD-ROM-a-thon or just CD-ROM-a-thon?
It's funny that you mentioned that because I've turned down a couple of sponsor offers and stuff like that, but I do have a sponsor stream after this because I got the offer way back in December, and they were like, "You want to do this?" And I was like, "It's releasing in January." I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And then I got to January, I'm like, "Only CD-ROMs, except that one fucking thing I already agreed to, and I forgot." Shit.
What did you agree to that you forgot? What?
Oh, it's just a sponsor stream. I just agreed to a new game that's releasing. So
what do you, that's why I'm asking. What are you playing?
Maho Kenshi.
Oh, okay. I saw the trailer for that.
The card game. Was that the card game?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds cool, man. Cool. Okay. Yeah.
You're playing that later tonight?
Honestly, that's why I was like, they brought it to me and I was like, this game looks awesome. I agree. Damn it.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Well, at least it's a cool one you agreed to.
Yeah. No, it looks great, and I can't wait to jump into it after Drop Frames today. But getting back to what I've been playing, CD-ROMs and stuff, like
you've been going through a lot of stuff. I think next week we will we'll spend some time on everything you've been playing because it has been an immense amount. But what I know Tormentor is something you were talking about last week and that you were excited to play. Was that? Did you still have
Trespasser?
Trespasser, yeah, not Tormentor. Sorry, Trespasser.
Trespasser, the Jurassic Park game.
You still have the same excitement after playing?
Absolutely not. No, it's great because you caught me in between. You caught me in between because what I played before Drop Frames, I was like, this game is fun. It's jank. I had to download a patch to get it to be playable. So I understand on release why people were pissed off and hated it.
Yeah.
But once I got the patch to make, and I'm not kidding you, the jump button reliable. The jump button was not reliable in the original install. It's a thing.
Now, when you say it wouldn't jump, is that was that the reliability issue? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Sometimes I could jump 3 times in a row. And I did this experiment. I was like, all right, jump. Okay, there's 3 times in a row. And then it was like, okay, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. On the 12th one, it jumps again.
Nice.
There, the patch, in the patch notes, it fixed a couple of things. But one of the things it says, the first line was, makes jumping reliable.
Fantastic.
So, that's part of the fun. Is
getting the games to work.
People are like, oh, you patched, you didn't play it as original. We patched shit back in the day. This is still in the spirit of how CD-ROMs worked back then.
Yeah, back in the day though, you had to download the patch separately and apply it yourself, right? Wasn't it generally an executable that you had to run outside of the game? Yeah,
that's what I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For everyone else, they're like, you got to download an actual file.
Oh, yes.
On dial-up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone else boots the game up and it does it all for you. Yeah.
You download the zip, you unpack it to the folder, you take the files out, you put them into the game files, into the installed file on your C drive, and you would you like to replace the ones that are already there? Yes, I would. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So you do that shit.
I may have. I'm pretty sure that I got a patch at one point on a PC gamer disc.
Yeah, I think that's super common.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was kind of great.
It's also how you got a lot of game demos back. That was the only way.
Dude,
it's true. It's the only way.
Getting that issue of PC Gamer in the mail with the demo disc.
That was great. It was one of the best reasons to subscribe to PC Gamer. It was their biggest selling point. Yeah.
Yeah. a magazine came with the disc, and it's just like, let's just throw that out.
Yeah.
Disc.
When I look for games, I really do try, like if they're not exorbitantly priced, I really do try to get the big box with all the things in it. And because most of the CD-ROM games, 95% of them get sent to me. Just sent to my UPS.
Yeah.
Because people want to have a chance for them to be played. But every once in a while, especially if it's a 100-month sub appreciation stream like it was for Joe Numbers just this past couple of days, I went out and searched for the game because that's my gift to you is to play a game you want. And they wanted Joe wanted Doom 2 in the big box on CD-ROM, and I got this.
Nice.
Unused, unopened.
So cool.
Dark Forces, Rebel Assault, and Full Throttle. However, I checked out Dark Forces and Full Throttle. I couldn't check out Rebel Assault because it's for Mac.
Ah, Mac only.
Mac only, so I couldn't check it out. And I'll
Yeah.
be damned if I have any Apple products on my fucking PC.
There you go. That's the way to do it. Yeah.
But getting back to Trespasser, you caught me, like, after I patched it, I was having fun. I was like, okay, this game is jank. It's a little weird, but blah, blah. The last half of the game, you can absolutely, like, almost to a level, tell when the muckety mucks were like, no more money for this game. And they're like, what? We're not done with it yet. Because one level it has huge, like, places to go and nothing fucking in it. It's semi-open world with nothing there. No buildings, no monsters, no guns, no fucking nothing.
Nice.
You can wander just in a direction for like 5 minutes and there is zero out there.
Starfield coming at the end of 2023.
Yeah. It's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Yeah, but so when I got like the last half of the game, it's fucking hot trash garbage.
Yeah.
The last level, it seemed like they had an idea of what they wanted. So like the last level was okay, but like the 3 or 4 leading up to that were just fucking awful, boring, walking and avoiding levels, and it was just terrible. It put me in a real sour ass mood. I was like, man, I was having fun with this. I even cut the stream up early. It's like, I'm not gonna. I beat the game, and I was like, I'm done. Fuck, I'm not gonna start anything else up. I'm just done because because the first part of it was pretty fun, jank and all. I will say that it was like one of the things I love about CD-ROM-a-thon is, or CD-ROM games in general, is you forget how much pull CD-ROM company games like had in getting huge names. Like in Trespasser,
yeah.
they had the guy who played John Hammond. It was spared no expense.
Yeah,
they got him. Minnie Driver voiced the main character.
Damn.
You know, like Tim Curry did like 8 fucking games back then when CD-ROMs were hot. Like,
he was,
Mark Hamill,
rounds,
like
man.
huge names,
so
man. You forget how big names like were part of these games like all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
It's
but I'm currently playing a big favorite for a lot of people. I'm playing The Beast Within, a Gabriel Knight mystery.
Oh, Gabriel Knight.
That one.
Yeah.
That one's great.
People know Gabriel Knight, and I tried to play the first one. I was like, oh man, it didn't grab me. Everybody loves the first one. And it's just like, and I like point and clicks.
Yeah.
But it just didn't grab me. This one did because it is all voiced, all FMV, all the time. And I'm just like, this is the Gabriel Knight I want.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, next week we'll I probably won't get a guest purely so we can just spend time on CD-ROM-a-thon because we've ignored you all month long while you're playing CD-ROM-a-thon because we've had guests every show. Next week we'll talk all about it. It'll be great.
No, I'd love that. I'd love to hear your guys's, if you guys have nostalgic memories about some of the games that I played. And almost all of the games, there's been a couple like Doom 2, Max Payne, that I did play, but not on PC. I played back on console back in the day. Yeah. But most of the games, this is my first time playing because I didn't have a PC that could run them when they were new. So like I missed a huge, like a decade worth of PC gaming because I never had a good enough computer. So all these are new to me, and like so many people, one of my favorite things about it is, I played this with my uncle. My older brother showed me how to play this, this kind of shit. I love that stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. We'll talk about it next week. I hope this is not the only time we talk about it because this game deserves more than 5 minutes. Hi-Fi Rush. You guys have you have to play this game. It is. It will come up on my game of the year list. I could say that now without question. One of my favorite games I've played in a very long time.
With all of the things that I've heard about it, it is the first game that I probably will play on stream after CD-ROM Thon is done.
Okay, not that many people are streaming it, so you'll have fine viewership in that regard. But yeah, the quick pitch on this is it is a 2000 era rhythm game from people that used to work at Capcom and other Japanese developers that was announced and released on the same day during the Xbox event this past week. And it is fucking incredible. My head was doing that for 13 hours straight. I was just bobbing to the music, no matter what was playing.
Is the music really good?
So the music is incredible, both the DMCA safe and DMCA version. I played streamer mode, which is DMC safe. The songs were incredible. It was like it was made for the game. DMCA songs in the game include bands like Nine Inch Nails. I think Perfect Drug is in the game. Is a boss fight, which is like, if you're a Nine Inch Nails fan, that's fucking incredible. They have like very again, early 2000, very well-known games. Prodigy is in there, or the Prodigy. Yeah.
And as usual, I will be playing it with the copyright music on.
Okay,
I will not be saving VODs, or the VODs will be heavily muted.
I had a lot of people.
If you want to see it with that, come on down.
I had a lot of people say that they actually preferred the streamer mode music to the licensed music for some of the boss fights. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Which I was shocked because, like, I mean, I wasn't shocked because I played that music and I was like, this is incredible.
So it's not a Guardians of the Galaxy where it's
no,
just like,
not at all. Yeah.
Cricket, like nothing.
Oh, that was so
yeah,
bad.
That doesn't exist.
They had their own soundtrack in the game.
Yeah, that doesn't exist. It's great. The music is what this game is. Without the music, this game would not be anywhere near the level of incredible. But like, perfect thing here. See how the guy's snapping, or the things in the background are moving, or that thing is rotating? Everything in this game is to the beat. Everything. From the character running, to the enemies fighting you, to the environments blinking, to those things moving on the conveyor. It's all to the beat. And it changes throughout the entire game.
You ever feel limited by that? Like it felt like you got in the way, or it felt like natural?
Not at all. Because there's so many different ways to interact with that in terms of like where you're coming in with the music to the beat. And so there's assist where you can call in people to help you out in combat, and they're like on the offbeat. And so it just adds to the overall music layers as it's like happening in real time in ways that like you don't think it's going to work, and you think it's going to be like too much or it's going to be overwhelming. Nah, man, when that shit happens, it's like you're watching a music video, but you're the one creating the video. Like it is incredible.
If we unmuted it for a second, and can you pipe it to us or not?
Not easily like I used to be able to.
Hey, it's okay.
Unfortunately,
it's okay.
Yeah,
no big deal.
I don't have that functionality super quick like I used to, but
okay.
I'm trying to think, like lot of like when you're not fighting, there's a lot of things where you'll just hear the bass beat happening. And then the second that things start to develop, they drop in more layers, and then you get into a boss fight
it's like
this.
Hellsinger.
Yeah, and it's full blown. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
But yeah, it's an incredible game. The graphics, the art style is like, it's exactly what I want. It's exactly what I look for. The characters have a lot of heart. The dialogue is funny. I laughed multiple, if not almost every time there's a cutscene. It's like a bizarre game that it is done, finished, released, announced all in the same day. And it's on Game Pass. It's also $30, which is wild when we were just talking about Forspoken.
The right price.
Yeah.
Game Pass, which people were quick to remind me. It's on Game Pass. So I downloaded it on Game Pass, just so I wouldn't buy it like
Yeah.
on Steam full price.
There's also this weird thing that happened, and then we'll wrap. The game has this incredible amount of meta commentary on like game development and capitalism, and just they don't say it in like the story of the game, but you'll get little things within the game where they just make fun of it and laugh about how they don't have budget to do something, or like, let's just not talk about how we got here. Wink. And they look at the camera and say that because they ran out of budget to not do a level, and just like you end up in a different area. And it sounds really shitty, like it's a bad game, but it totally fucking works in the where you're at in the game when that occurs. And you're kind of like fighting like capitalism and corpo, and there's just like a lot of random shit in that where it gets really heavy if you're looking for it. They have an entire thing about depression when it comes to depressed buttons, and to not touch the depressed buttons, that the depressed buttons will
Saw that tweet.
will figure it out on themselves and become undepressed. You just have to let the buttons do what they need to do to figure that out on their own. And it's like, what the
God
fuck?
damn.
Like, what the fuck?
Okay.
It's incredible. They do all of that type of shit.
You just let the buttons know that your thumb is there. I mean,
Yeah.
they'll be ready for the thumb when they tell you.
Yeah.
Just like hover over, like let the buttons know, like thumb is here if you need thumb.
Yeah. Yeah. Every boss fight is incredible. Every like fight is incredible. I only had one moment in the game where I was pissed off with the combat, and it's because it like, for the only time in the game for 5 minutes, they basically want you to utilize your assist characters, and it doesn't matter that it's not to the beat. They just want you to utilize your assist characters. And like that really, you have to kind of like stop what you're doing in terms of attacking and just do the assist. And that was kind of like, after playing for 10 hours, I got to that point. I was like, yeah, this kind of is annoying. Like, let me just fight. I want to fight this thing. And then you just have to do the assist. But apart from that, everything else was, I don't have any issues with the game. Like it's absolutely incredible. In a lot of ways, I felt like the game was everything that I want in a game. And it was tailor-made for me. So I feel a little bit hyperbolic whenever I talk about it, because I enjoyed it that much, which doesn't, I usually find one thing that I'm like very strongly against. This one didn't have that. Everything about it is awesome. So I do hope you guys play it and we talk about it again.
Oh, I downloaded it before we started today. I'm gonna check it out.
Okay.
It's one of those like Metal Hellsinger was the same way for me. Like,
oh, you'll love this game then.
I did not talk to my chat, and I didn't even realize it. I was like, I haven't said anything to chat for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I'm just sitting there like, motherfucking yeah, get it, gonna do it, and then stab him in the face. Like, oh shit, you guys are here. You guys are still here. I'm sorry. Let me check in.
Yeah. There's that constant rating, by the way. The game is fucking hard. I will state that. Especially if I have like decent rhythm, because I played X amount of hours of DDR, so I have like, I think, okay rhythm. If you don't have rhythm, you want to put the game on like lower difficulties, because it.
Were you playing on hardest?
I was playing on hard, not hardest. People said that hardest is. I didn't. I maybe died like once or twice on a couple of the major boss fights. Apart from that, I didn't really struggle. They said on the hardest, people were setting like 20 to 30 times on a couple of the bosses. Once you finish the game, there's a massive amount of post-game content, including like level rush, boss rush, shit like that. There's also a difficulty level above that, to where if you drop below D ranking or drop to D ranking in the top right, you die. It's over. You're done. You can't play anymore. And it's also, people just have a lot more HP. You can also speed up the music. So if you want to play faster, you can actually like bump that up. Like there's a ton of post-game shit that's just insane. There's entire character, both your character as well as all the other characters in the game. There's outfits you can purchase, all in-game currency. Nothing. There's no MTX or anything. You can just like get extra costumes, because why not? You can collect all the songs. There's jukeboxes. You can do all that stuff. It's wild the amount of stuff that you get for $30 in this game after just talking about Forspoken.
Beat Souls.
Or
it looks like more like Beat Gaiden.
Yeah. It's more like Devil May Cry than anything.
Yeah.
It's Devil May Cry with like Kingdom Hearts combat, if you can picture that. What'd you ask, Dan?
How long did it take you to beat the story?
I think I clocked in just around 11 hours, 10 and a half hours.
It's a good chunk.
Beat Yanetta. Okay. Now we're just getting.
Yeah, it's like Devil May Cry. Beat DMC. Tons of hidden stuff. You want to talk to every NPC, Zeke? They're all reoccurring, and
Are they voiced?
they're all voiced. Everything is voice acted in the game, apart from the little PDFs you find. Zeke or Co, this is how I sell you. There are Easter eggs, crazy amounts of Easter eggs. There's also tons of Evil Within references throughout this entire game.
Really? Oh,
and I mean like full ref. Like I'm not gonna tell you but you will notice what they are.
Awesome.
There's a Xenogears 1 reference. There is Persona 5 references. There is Yakuza references. It is like chock full of just heart and like it's a full-on passion.
Oh my God.
It is crazy.
Yes. It's phenomenal.
There is a full-on Super Bowl Katy Perry meme. And I'm not going to say what that is. But like, it's a full thing in the game. And you're just like, why does this exist? It's like, and it doesn't detract. It's just stupid. It's just like stupid fun. And they roll with it in the game. There's shit like this where you happen upon and you can't get it till much later in the game. It's awesome. It is one of my favorite games I've played in a very long time. And I hope to be talking about it again at the end of the year for sure.
And just by the way, it is developed by Tango.
Yeah.
Tango Gameworks. It's only published by Bethesda, so don't let that scare you.
Well, I mean, let's be real, Bethesda's Microsoft these days.
Yeah.
So it's all there's now one big new umbrella for all this stuff.
Yeah. Weirdest thing too is it's from the people that made Evil Within.
Yeah. And Ghostwire Tokyo.
And Ghostwire Tokyo. Like, look at what you're seeing on screen and then think Ghostwire Tokyo and Evil Within. And it's, the cat's awesome.
That animation is fucking
animations,
killer.
Dude. This is nothing. There's shit later in the game where it's like you're watching a fucking 2023 anime with some of the boss fights. It's insane.
Dude, that one you were just on looked like a fucking Carmen Sandiego boss or or minion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I turned away because I didn't want to spoil that boss fight. Anyways, let's do some shout outs. I know you got to go, so we'll let you go first.
Gotta run. Well, thank you all so much for being here. As always, thank you to JP and Zeke, and a huge shout out and thanks to Dan. Always love when Dan is on the channel. My name is Co. Hi, good to see you guys. We're currently playing Dead Space Remake in the mornings. I'm checking out Forspoken tonight if you want to see a look at that. We're also still moving through Chained Echoes. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow evening, and we also have to deliver us Mars. No, not yet. I think I'm getting somewhat close, but I'm still going through it, and I am loving it.
Let's talk about that next week for sure.
Yeah, man. Going to be continuing our Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl run soon. Probably going to get some hi-fi in there at some point soon, and then Deliver Us Mars will also be coming up too. So we got lots of fun stuff coming in the pipeline as we enter into February. Hope to see you on the channel, and as always, thanks for watching.
Fantastic. Thanks, Co. Are you gonna you want to do your final thing? Or are you gonna stick around till the end?
I'll probably go ahead and just chill here for a while. And,
there we go. Beautiful. Zeke, some shout outs.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank you to DansGaming, Dan S Gaming, for joining us again. Always fun to have you on the show, man. Always good to catch up on what you've been doing.
Can't keep Soul apart.
Exactly. I'm still waiting for that last bread of the compliment sandwich. Just as a reminder,
but you never do.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Stop it. Oh, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Co and JP for being co-hosts with me on this podcast every week. If you want to catch me, I stream every day at 10 a.m. Pacific. You can find me at /Ezekiel_III on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, and Ezekiel the Third, all spelled out on Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok. I will be doing a sponsor stream of Maho Kenshi not directly, but in about 20 minutes. I told him I would start at 30 minutes after the hour. So I'll be doing a sponsor stream of Maho Kenshi, which is a new turn-based RPG card tactic game. It's got a lot of buzzwords, but it looks dope, and I'm I'm actually excited to check it out. So that's I'm going to be doing that for a couple hours after the stream today, or after the show today, and then we continue on with The Beast Within on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific as we wind down. But don't worry, CD-ROM-a-thon will be extended a couple of extra days because I have one game that I want to play, and I want you to join me for the last couple of days going into Thursday, Friday. So thank you for watching. That's all I got.
Awesome stuff. Dan, what do you got going on? What's coming up on the channel?
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Love chatting with JP, Zeke, and Co. You guys are great people. I'm DansGaming, variety streamer. Chances are, if you like the games Co, Zeke, and JP play, I play a lot of them too. We have a lot of overlap. So if you like me, give me a follow. I'm currently playing through Dead Space Remake. We'll be playing a little bit later tonight. Probably finishing that game. I'll probably start Hi-Fi Rush tomorrow. And then we also have they re-released Hitman 1, 2, and 3 in a combined collection, and there's a new like campaign mode where you start with nothing, you have to earn upgrades and stuff. So we're gonna try that soon as well. But thank you for having me on the show. Love coming on, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Awesome stuff. What time are we starting Hi-Fi? I need to live through other people. No one is streaming this game, so I have to watch other people play it.
I'll probably start at 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, but I'll be probably playing a lot.
Okay.
So
all right. I'll definitely stop by for sure.
I'll probably start at Tuesday the 7th.
Next week. Yeah. Week after next, rather. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. That's it for Drop Frames. We spent a long time on that blog today for Twitch. So next week we'll talk video games. We got CD-ROM-a-thon with Zeke, which we have 30 days worth. So we'll jump into all that, and then whatever else me and oh, you're shocking him. Nice.
yes, freezing him with my magic,
Nice.
my mediocre magic from Forspoken.
Julia will animate that, I'm sure. Throw it out there. And then we'll talk about whatever else is coming out. Are there any big games this week? Not really, right? We've got, I think the next big game to release is Hogwarts on next Friday.
I think a SpongeBob game's coming out. Like if people like that,
Are you gonna play SpongeBob, Dan?
probably I'll give. I like SpongeBob. I'm willing to give the game a chance.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You playing Hogwarts?
I'm not sure yet. Probably we'll see.
Yeah. I think that's where that'll definitely be a discussion, I'm sure, on the show.
Yeah.
When that comes out. That'll be on the 12th of February. So see how it goes. I've already seen a bunch of large streamers announce like sponsorships that they are doing for that game, and it's a minefield, as you would expect. So
Yep.
We'll talk about that all and more next week. More Drop Frames. Dan, thank you so much for joining us. See you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.